So a top five live episode 55, and this week we are doing the top five zombie movies of
Best
all time.
zombie movie.
Yeah, best. That's a very important caveat. I appreciate you putting that out there. Yeah, you know what? Let me revisit that. Huh?
Can y'all actually
On this
hear
show,
me?
We can hear you.
We can hear you
We
now.
can hear you. Can you hear us?
Because I can't hear anything.
Check your you got Bluetooth?
Yeah. Do you have headphones in?
Bluetooth.
he can't hear you.
I'm trying to like
Put it in the private chat. Put it in the private chat. He can see that.
Hold on.
He can see the private chat. While we trying to get my boy Matthew straight, creator of Void Beast, man. He's our special guest for this week. We're doing the top five zombie movies of all time, top five best zombie movies of all time. And what up, Ryan? And I want to reiterate this for those who are new to the show. When we say best, it is a combination of, because we if you go back and watch our early episodes, we used to get at it a lot about like the difference in between greatest, favorites, best, all of that. Like there's a lot of contention there. So when we say best, it is a mix of our favorites and the greatest. You know what I'm saying? So we have to bring you reasons. You know what I'm saying? We'll give you reasons for why they're our favorites, but also they need to be a part of the greatest of whatever the list is that we're doing that week. Along with that, I will say one of the caveats that we have as a rule.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm good now.
One of the caveats that we have as a rule in general is that you need to have seen the movie. So there will be times that you
wait. The other caveat is the movie has to exist. All right.
Yeah, you're right. That's an important thing. I'm glad you said that.
You got the movie has to be filmed and completed and in theaters or on streaming services or in Blockbuster or Netflix.
It has to exist somewhere in the world because Danny J. Quick. I left his full middle name out. I'm just gonna put the initial there. But somebody on the show with the initials of DJ and Quick literally double down on one of our topics and literally said a movie that literally does not exist. He literally put it on his list. It was dead serious. 10 Toes. And we were astonished, but I don't know why we were astonished because it's Danny. That's what he does.
Why bringing up old stuff?
We gotta remind you so that you don't do it again.
Yeah,
y'all need to be looking at the future. Y'all talking about the past.
We are looking at the future because I'm almost 100% sure
you need to be
you're gonna do it again.
We just want to make sure that I just want to make sure I explain the caveats so that when we give our list, people understand. Like if we left off one of the ones that y'all think is a GOAT, more than likely, now we'll explain, you know what I'm saying? But more than likely, we either haven't seen it or Danny probably picked it, and that's why it's not on our list. There's all kinds of
reasons. You coming hard for him today, man.
That's my boy. That's my boy, man. It's been a rough day for me.
I'm eating some good food right now. It ain't gonna bother me.
Hey, let's welcome Matthew. Let's welcome Matthew Jones, Mr. Void Beast himself.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, people?
Bottom right on the screen for those who are watching, and the voice that you just heard a second ago.
I'm pretty sure y'all done seen me and Matthew going at it at one time or another over some MCU stuff.
It's what we do.
I miss these.
Man.
That means we just got to do more of them then.
we might have to. I'm pretty sure we're gonna talk about She-Hulk today. Right?
Oh yeah. Let's go.
I used to have some good discussions with Matthew. I had to take a break for a little bit. I was like, yo, this dude just be trying to get me riled up. It seems like
I can't help that the truth speak to y'all soul and y'all gotta hop on my post. I can't help that. Y'all notice that I don't hop on.
We using the wrong word.
Y'all do it after y'all.
We using the wrong word.
That's impressive. That's impressive. That you guys have gotten into it with Matthew that good, and not only did I miss it, but me and Matthew ain't got no smoke. That's amazing.
That's going to change in about what time is it? Okay, you got about 3 minutes. You got 3 minutes of no smoke.
I'm just saying that's amazing though. Like for y'all to both have had smoke with Matthew and I ain't got no smoke, that's crazy. I mean,
I never had smoke with me and him. We just debate.
Yeah, we just be going back and forth. I found out that Javon actually liked it. It's like, see, at first I thought it was a thing where he just come on and he was just bothering me. After a while, I'm like, no, he liked this interaction.
This is what I do, man.
This is what he do.
And
I can respect that. I can respect
that. That's a thing.
Hey, listen, I gotta tell people when they're wrong. You know,
that's the thing. That's why I asked him. That's the thing. That's why I asked him to be on the show, because literally, the show was born out of. I already had an idea.
The same way you and I go at it, Matthew, is the same way this show was born.
Literally. Like I already had an idea. I had already told Danny I wanted to do the show, and I needed a third. And me and Javon met, and I think the first argument was over Killmonger.
That was like a 2.5 hour, It was like 2.5, 3 hour long argument.
I'm ashamed of my fingers. I'm ashamed of my Twitter fingers. My Twitter fingers were doing too much that day, going back and forth with this man. So you know what I mean? Like it was too much going on, and over time, you know what I'm saying? Look, I will have debates you learn from, right? Arguments are just pissing contests. You know what I'm saying? So once me and Javon got to a point where we've had enough discussions where I respected his opinions, because he's not one of these people that just shoot stuff out there and just be saying nonsense just because. Cool. I can deal with that because I can learn from those things from a perspective that I don't have. That's why I respect debates. You know what I'm saying? And I enjoy them. You know what I'm saying? I have learned to shut them joints down once it gets to the point where we right at the edge of an argument.
So, shut them things down.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's keep it. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I have never been close to arguing with Morgan. Like, I can debate and have, I can have an intense debate. But I've never been close to arguing with Morgan.
You're not telling the truth at all, brother.
No, listen. I know y'all. If you will know when I'm arguing because I'm angry. I'm never angry.
I can tell.
Yeah. I agree with Javon on that. I'm
never angry. Like, what do I gotta? What am I gonna get mad about?
Danny is my brother in almost blood, and me and Danny have argued. It's rare. It's rare.
I debate you. I mean,
me and Danny argue about LeBron and Mike all the time.
Yeah, I'll stay out of that one. But all right, let's do the She-Hulk thing.
Y'all lead off. Go ahead.
Did everybody see that though?
Yeah,
I did. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I liked it, but I still
honestly, I liked it. It made me want to see a Hulk movie though. Real talk.
Yeah.
That's gonna be tough.
Yeah, it made me want to see a Hulk movie. I did think it was real interesting, like the other people, the toxic people who complain about it. I actually had an interesting put that up. You see it's that? Look at that. Double them up.
I told y'all keep track.
Double them up. Come on, y'all gotta get on it. Y'all ain't ready for me.
Y'all know I don't be concerned about that. I just be concerned about telling
Danny, you be lying here.
You are lying.
Danny, you are a liar here.
Only person I ever met like losing.
Dude, you bragged about a poll where one person voted.
If I get the win, I'm gonna rub it in. But
then you care about it. Then you do care about it. No. You can't have it both ways, bro.
What's up, Rob?
That's what she said.
All right. But I was really interested to hear what Matt had to say. What was it, last night or the night before?
Oh, I think the night before. I think it was Sunday. It was Sunday.
Because I missed the beginning of it.
It was Sunday. So are we just She-Hulk, right? We're talking about She-Hulk.
Yeah. Well, okay, you kind of went like a bunch of different ways with it.
Yeah. The thing about She-Hulk is that, and I'm gonna tell y'all straight out, for your fans or whoever that don't know me, you can call me whatever. I don't care. I don't care about the misogynistic term, you hate women term. I'm fine with all that. I'm fine. Call me whatever. I'm perfectly fine with it. So I'm about to go with it. Here's the thing. The thing about She-Hulk was that I didn't have a problem with it. I was waiting for She-Hulk. I like She-Hulk. I like the character. Everything didn't bother me. But I seen the conversation where people were talking about her speaking to Bruce, talking about how she can deal with her anger. Now, when I first read it, I was like, why are people bothered by it? There's nothing to be bothered by. She's just talking about her experiences. So then when I watched the show, I'm like, okay, okay, this happens. Wait, you gonna say that to Bruce after everything I just watched you do, and you gonna say that to him? So the gist of it is, she's saying that she's a better Hulk because she can deal with being upset because men catcall her, all this stuff in business, and men talking to her that's not good at their job, and she's better. Blah 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 blah. I ain't mad at that. But to say to him, first off, to say to somebody that's been through what he's been through is BS. Like you can't say that to somebody that's been through what he's been through. That's like me telling my instructor that has done jujitsu for 20 plus years that I'm better than him because I'm a black man and I done fought in the street and I done did all kind of other stuff and I'm just better than you. That's one. The second thing is the reason why what she said makes no sense and why everybody online trying to play that whole misogynistic role and stuff is full of crap. The reason why they full of crap is because we just watched you get catcalled and almost decapitate 3 men. Now, I'm not saying they didn't deserve it. I'm not saying they weren't being jerks. I'm not saying that. But you just said that you can deal with it because I get catcalled and I can deal with these sort of things, unlike you, Bruce, because I have to deal with it.
That's not what he said. That's not what she meant, though.
That's not what she meant?
She didn't mean that she was a better Hulk. She just meant
that was like she literally did.
Okay, I'll take that.
So
she didn't mean she was a better Hulk.
She said she was better at maintaining her emotions.
This is when they were sitting down. This is when they were sitting down, and she was talking about dealing with her anger. Correct?
Right. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So we just watched her Hulk out and about to take murder those 3 dudes. Did we not?
But she didn't know she was a Hulk at that time. She didn't know
it
she
don't
had
matter. She couldn't deal with it.
It does matter though. That's like
it does matter.
That's at the beginning of her getting her ability. She ain't control them. She
eventually
figured out how to control
that. She didn't know she had to control that because she didn't even know she was a Hulk at that point.
So she hulked out, ran into the bushes, right? Ran to the spot. So it does. So because she's saying that she can deal with it better than him, right?
The anger part.
So why didn't she deal with her anger then?
Because she didn't
know. If you don't know the trigger, if you don't know what's triggering it, how are you know what I'm saying? Like she didn't know what was going on with her. She was literally confused.
She literally said that too. She didn't know what was happening. She couldn't remember anything. She didn't know how she got to where she was. She didn't know that she was becoming a Hulk until after that.
And then they started to actually train because when she said it was literally towards the end of their training.
No, I'm aware of that, but I'm fully aware of that. But if you're so good at dealing with your anger, why didn't you deal with it then? Whether you knew you was a Hulk or not.
But we just told you though.
Dealing with it.
I don't care about what you're talking about. If she's so good at dealing with her anger, why didn't she deal with? Why is it that it kicked in then? And she's just like, if she was so good with dealing with her anger across the board, whether I'm a Hulk or not, like if I'm a black dude, right? I'm a black man. I'm a black man, right? And the cops pull me over.
Yeah.
I know how to control myself no matter what.
Okay.
No matter if a cop is pulling me over saying, hey, you know what? This has happened in real life. You just pulled over. I'm stopping you and your people. You swerving. You swerving all over the place. Everybody in the car is like, no, I'm not. I'm not swerving. I'm like, hey, chill out. We're not swerving. So maybe, well, you were swerving. I'm like, nobody's swerving. You've been drinking? You obviously been drinking. I ain't been drinking. I ain't been doing none of that. At no point do I kick up and I'm like, ugh. No point. Other times it's been, hey, let me stop you and your people on the side of the street. So what I'm saying is, now it's that, oh, she didn't know. But you're talking about whether you training or not. You know that this is something you deal with, and you saying that you deal with it all the time. So why didn't you deal with it then?
But her choice is how to react, right? Just like you said when you're dealing with the cops. Now you can deal in your anger 2 different ways. You can feel the anger and decide to stay calm, or you can know your rights and go back at the cop. Hey, you can't pull me over because of such and such and such and such, right? You can make a choice in how to use your anger. So if her choice in going at the dudes was to turn around and say, yo, back up off me. If that's her choice and to show her anger, if she doesn't know that she has the ability to turn into the Hulk at that point, her choosing to express her anger in a way now helps her turn into the Hulk. But she didn't know that she was going to turn into the Hulk.
Then that means she's not good at controlling her anger, because I can tell the cop.
No, it doesn't.
Control is not using anger.
Javon patiently has his hand up. We have to.
Go ahead.
All right. So I think one part of that scene is missing, right? The point within that scene is that Bruce is trying to tell her how to maintain her anger, right? Because remember when he brought her to the island and he put the book down in front of her and he's like, this could be a manual to basically show you how to be a Hulk. Remember he did that, right?
Mm-hmm.
The point being is that it was how he learned how to be a Hulk, his perspective, his information, how he figured out how to handle it. And her point was, I'm not you. I'm not Bruce Banner. I don't manage my anger the way that you manage your anger.
Nor does she have to.
And then on top of that, we all know that Bruce Banner's trauma runs deep.
Legit.
Like, can we all agree on that? Like,
Yeah.
Abused by his dad, blah, 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 blah. I'm pretty sure they'll get into that at some point. But his trauma runs deeper than hers.
Yes.
And so he was, before he became the Hulk, he was somebody that repressed his anger. Whereas she is somebody, and that's what she's talking about. I manage and control my anger.
And
which is why for her, it's easy to go back and forth being a She-Hulk because she's used to managing her anger, whereas Bruce has always been a repressed dude. Mm-hmm. So when he explodes, he explodes.
And the other thing too is that Bruce managed the Hulk transformation with exterior things too. So it was always somebody knocking him out, knockout gas, or Natasha, oh, sun's going down, buddy. Like it was always an outside thing. He wasn't the one that was controlling the turning back from the Hulk. It was always some outside force. So that shows you that he wasn't as good at dealing with resolving his anger inside himself. So all this time we've seen, just like Javon said, he's got all this trauma in his history. He's got all this trauma that he's not dealing with. So now he got to use the yoga. He got to go through what you say, dialectic meditation, all of this other stuff to try to do it. Whereas Jen has been doing it her whole life. She's had to literally, okay, if I get catcalled, I got to decide if I'm going to come at these dudes or if I'm going to shy away and try to find some help. She has to be more emotionally intelligent in real life situations. So that makes her better
on a more frequent basis.
That's how I saw it in the show.
I mean, I talk to my wife all the time about this, and she'll say how really like a dude is trying to holler at her, and she has to literally think, how do I respond to this dude without him taking it the wrong way? Because he could he could either kill me, he could follow me, he could do whatever type of crazy thing. Like, it's just two perspectives.
Yeah.
So to me, it wasn't about like, oh, it makes her a better Hulk. They were in that moment talking about how she's able to control going back and forth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't had nothing to do with the who's a better Hulk thing.
I don't remember her saying anything about being a better Hulk.
She said it, but in a joking cousin.
Yeah, it was a joke.
In a joking cousin, like, oh, so you're saying I'm a better Hulk, huh?
Yeah, she said it, and I already said that. I misspoke on that one. When they were talking about dealing with that, when they were sitting down in front of each other, I twisted the two of them. That's on me. I twisted the two of those. Not in that conversation. No, not about the better Hulk thing.
No, I got you.
But when it comes to the anger thing, I'm sorry. I can't. It's like, come on. Like, changing back and forth, okay. That's fine. That's all well and good. But even if you dealing with your anger and this popping up like that, why would you come at a person that's dealt with this and say that?
But you missed the point. She's telling him.
No, you telling me that I missed the point, but I got your point. What I'm saying is that even with all of that, this person, even if we take about that, all of this is what Bruce went through. You saying Bruce did this, blah 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 blah, family this, daddy did it, daddy did all this stuff to him. He ain't dealt with. I understand that, but you're talking to somebody that has done and been where you're at, and you're telling them you haven't even been outside dealing with other people.
No.
You haven't outside of the 3 people that you ran off in the little bar thing. Outside of that, you have no proof that you can do that in those situations.
That's the difference.
So why say that?
You can't. If a person, if the thing is that Hulk, Bruce Banner has had so much trauma in his life, right? So all this trauma that has led him being chased, being on Sakaar for 2 years, all of this stuff that he's been through, like that's compound interest for him. So it should be harder for him to deal with being the Hulk. So him trying to say, yo, you got to do this, and this in order to control the Hulk. No, you got to do that because you've been through all this other stuff. I ain't done all. That's not me. I don't got that from.
Okay, can I give you an analogy? Can I give you an analogy? Can I give you an analogy? Hold on. Let me get this out. Hold on, real quick. Using your analogy about getting pulled over by a car, right? Getting pulled over by a cop, excuse me. There is a market, let's be real, there's a market difference between how a white person handles getting pulled over by a cop and how a black person does. Like, I've been pulled over with white people, and the way they talk to police officers is a whole different thing. Completely different. But the way I have to talk to a police officer, I have to maintain a certain level of control that they don't.
Decorum, respect.
So that's the point. So if I'm talking to the white guy and the white guy is like, well, why didn't you get angry? Why didn't you do that? And I'm gonna be like, because I'm black. I'm just different from me. There's different rules from me. I have to know how to control myself. Mm-hmm. Whereas you are a white man and you got way more leeway than I do. 100%. And that was what was happening there. It's just two people saying, he's saying, you got to do it this way because this is what I went through and I know what I'm talking about. And she's saying, I heard you, but I have a different perspective. I have a different level of control.
How?
I just told you. Well, number one, the Hulk literally has this. The Hulk literally has DI.
How? When we're talking about being a Hulk, how long has she been a Hulk?
She was a Hulk long enough to be able to change back and forth without.
How long has she been a Hulk?
I mean, I don't know the timing that, but
let's say they've been there for a week, right? Let's agree. It could be completely wrong, but let's all agree on a week, right?
I got your answer.
How many situations has she dealt with that he's dealt with?
I'm gonna tell you what. Her being Hulk after he's already been Hulk for 10 years helps her out tremendously because now the world is used to a green man who can smash stuff.
No. Listen to me.
Yes. Figure out what the point is here. What's the point that you're making, Matthew?
You're in the military, right?
Yes.
So if you go to a person that's been in war, are you going to tell them that you can deal with that stressful situation better than them, even though you shot at the ranges, you went through basic and you shot and did all that stuff? You going to tell them that you can shoot better than them or that you can deal with it better than them because I'm a black man, I grew up in America?
But that's a totally different thing. You're talking about training,
we talking about how you deal with situations. What he's talking about is, this is what you're going to have to run into, and you're going to have to be able to deal with your anger because this is what you, and he's, and I get, I agree with y'all that he's coming from a different perspective because he's coming from the perspective like when she's like, I agree with her, I'm like, superhero, I ain't trying to do all that. I feel her on that. Who said I'm trying to do all that? But he's saying, okay, this is what we're trying to do, and this is what you're going to have to deal with. These are the type of people that's going to come for you, whether you want it or not, because they're going to find out when you are, and when it pop out, they're going to see you, they're going to come from. This is what they tell all superheroes, right? All this stuff. What makes sense for her to say that to somebody that's done all the stuff that he's done? You're not going to go to a well-trained warrior and tell him, I can deal with that better than you.
And he said that. He made that point. He said, why wouldn't you listen to a person who's done all this? And she's saying, because I'm not you. I'm not trying to do what you're doing. I'm not trying to be who you are. So
a whole lot of their back and forth period was him continuing to tell. Number one, he started out by telling her she can't go back to her job, and she said, "Oh no, I'm going back to my job." Like that was where one of the first debate started.
I'm not talking about that, so I'm not debating.
Yeah, but that's where all that's coming from.
That's what I'm saying. All of this is part of the same point because it seems to me like I was listening to you to see what your point is, and to me it seems like your point is that she's almost being disrespectful, or not even almost, that she's being disrespectful to Bruce because Bruce is trying to tell her how to be a Hulk, and she doesn't seem like she's fully receptive to everything he's saying. and that's disrespectful. Like, is that the point you're coming from?
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
it.
I don't.
Yeah, but she's trying. He's like Danny said and Morgan said. He's trying to tell her, you got to be a superhero. You got to do this.
No.
You got to do that.
No. I'm not talking about that. I just said that I agree on her. Like, I'm going back to my job. I'm doing. I'm not trying to be no superhero. I'm with her on that. That's not my life. I ain't trying to do that. But what I don't agree with is when you say I can deal with all this better than you. When a person that's been through it is saying, "Hey, this is what's coming. This is what's going to come to you."
I don't remember her saying that though.
That's cousins. That's cousins. Like I got cousins who swear up and down they could have been further in the military than me, and they ain't even go to basic training. Like,
okay, but do you agree with them? Do you agree with them?
It doesn't matter if I agree with them. They got
no. It do matter. This is what we talking about. Do you agree?
Do I agree with what? Oh, we lost him.
No, I don't think the point of the show is if they agree or not. That's what the conflict is one person has one perspective.
Yeah, it's not about like who's right. Like, in my opinion, it wasn't about who's right. It's about her perspective and her truth.
She was definitely
and to me,
but that's cousins.
To me, they squashed it before the episode was over. I mean, it wasn't even.
Yeah.
He wasn't that pressed. If anything, I think Jen realized he's saying this out of love, and he realized, okay, maybe I'm being a little bit overbearing. I'm going to be here with you regardless. You know what I'm saying? As you go, he told her at the end. You know what I'm saying? As you go through this process, I'll be here for you. He was like, as you go through this process, I'll be here for you regardless. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what it came down to is I don't even think there was that much of a disagreement, like, at all.
She just wanted to go home.
Yeah, that she wanted to go back to her life. I don't care what you talk about with being a superhero. I'm not down for that. I'm going back to my regular life. That's what I understand what you're saying, and I respect it. But that's not what I'm choosing to do. I have a choice to do this. That's what I'm gonna do.
You're gonna have.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Dan.
Protect the people that are around you. People are gonna look at you like a monster. She's like, "Hey, I don't care about none of that. I'm going
what it is.
My job, and I'm gonna deal with it there. I'm not going." Hey.
And for what it's worth, she did exercise a level of control faster than Bruce ever had.
Because he taught her. Like, literally, you got the Mr. Miyagi of turning into Hulk right here. Right. Whether she thought that she was learning from him or not, we saw the training montage. Right. She's learning from him. She learned how to throw the rocks, even though Bruce threw his in the outer space.
He threw that crap in the orbit somewhere.
Yeah, but even that was just him, like, that was him overdoing it.
She learned the thunderclap, like
that was still a family rivalry.
Yeah, like you gotta you gotta look at it like that's family. Because clearly they're close. Yeah. I got cousins that are almost like my brothers and sisters, so I know like there's gonna be. Can you hear us? He can't hear us.
And they fought too. Like, that's the other part. Like they literally fought during the episode. So I mean, oh, my fault.
Can you hear us?
And I like that. And I like.
Can you hear us?
We can't hear you. I like that. I like that. She opened the show with hey, this is gonna be a lawyer show, but y'all not gonna be able to pay attention to the lawyer stuff until we get this out of the way.
But yeah, I agree.
Let's run that real quick. I like that.
I like that too.
You good now? Nope.
I mean, overall,
can't hear you.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, bro. Wait,
what's up, man? What's up?
Send him another link.
Oh, all right. I'll send him another link. Well, how do I do that?
You should see the invite guests up here.
Let's get these.
I'm gonna send the one that
it'll send the freshman.
Huh?
It'll say if you see the tab where, all right, so you got your mic, the camera, the next one over is share screen. Then it says invite guests.
Bro.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
I want to do my list last day.
Oh, here it is.
Okay,
I want to do my list last day.
You doing your list last?
I want to do my list last because I think I got a good one.
Let me say this too. For those that didn't see Top Gun Maverick, that joint is out today. At least I think.
We sent you another one.
I didn't see it.
I haven't seen it yet.
So hyped, bro. Like, when I get off of here, I'm going to watch it immediately, and I'm going to pray that I can stay awake because my week has been crazy.
I'm watching the N1 mixtape documentary on Netflix. After
I gotta watch that. That's on my list.
I'm gonna watch it, but after I watch Top Gun,
I don't know.
I watched that. What's that? The Manti Te'o documentary.
Yeah, that one.
Somebody told me I gotta watch that. I gotta watch it. I can't wait,
bro.
Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you. Yeah, that Manti Te'o documentary. I feel so bad for whole boy.
I can't wait. I can't hear y'all.
I cannot.
You can't hear us.
You can't hear us.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
That's crazy.
Hey,
they got an iPhone.
Me and my wife were sitting here like, and I remember this stuff happening.
Can you hear us now?
But like the background of it was like, bruh, like to see it all unfolding. I don't think I'd ever seen the the woman that was catfishing them, but
I can't
listen, there's a special place in hell for them.
Bruh.
That's all
I'm saying. And then like the boldness and the brashness of, hey, this is what was happening at the time. Yo, you cost this man millions and millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars.
Like,
and messed him up psychologically.
In the first, when we were watching that part, and it was like he fell to the second round of the draft. I was like, yo, that's at least $10 million. Like,
but he was never the same again, though. Like psychologically, he was.
We haven't even heard from him since. We haven't even heard from him since.
I mean, years to that therapy.
And what made me mad, though, real talk, what made me really upset was how they were acting. Like, it was no big deal.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I kind of felt bad. Like, they kept saying it a lot. Like, I kind of felt bad. And I was like, if you say kind of one more time.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it. So I cannot remember who told me they watched.
Can you hear us? What's up with your phone? Where your laptop?
It might be a permissions thing on your phone. Like you might have to go to the settings and then go to restream or something like that.
Hold on, check your settings on your phone for permissions.
So I brought up Top Gun. Another thing I wanted to bring up for those who are Game of Thrones fans, first episode of House of Dragons, I was very asleep, bro. I was asleep on this. I've been scared about it the whole time.
Oh, I thought you meant you fell asleep. I was about to say that.
No. What I mean is, I'm a huge fan of Game of Thrones. Huge. But I was very, very, very scared of them doing a prequel, and I wasn't really feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's the Targaryens, I was scared of what could happen or like that it would go wrong. So,
hey, don't be talking about it because I ain't seen it yet, man.
I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm just saying I was very.
You and Danny aren't great at that. I just want you to know.
I don't be spoiling stuff. Don't do that. I don't spoil stuff.
Sometimes you get in there and then stuff slip, and I'll be like,
no, I don't do that. But yeah. So all I'll say is I was very sleepy on that episode, and it was great. I was very, very happy. I was very happy. It gave me hope for this series, and I'm definitely gonna be watching going forward. It had the biggest opening weekend. No, it had the biggest opening show of all time. Like they broke HBO Max for a little bit. Like people couldn't sign in. So I'm very excited for the series and where it's going. I want to make sure I got that out before we got to the list.
We should get to the list. Oh wait, hold on. Let's try one more time.
Hopefully we can get
one more game.
Matthew here.
Hold on.
Hear me?
Who went first last week?
I went first last week.
I think it's my turn to go first.
Okay.
Morgan ain't went first in like 10 years.
I don't think I've gone first.
Because I can't, it's not showing nothing, and I can't even.
We hear you.
Yeah, we hear you, but we can't see you now. Bro, what is happening? Well, we still got.
It looks like Michael Watson just announced your book, Danny.
Just announced.
Our book. Hey, no, we did a special project. I don't know if I told you I wrote a book. I wrote a.
Oh yeah.
A piece for Freestyle Comics. Dang, I don't remember what they titled it, but it was like Don't Hide the Light, or we wrote the book, and it was a collaborative effort. Michael Watson put it together like Diddy. He brought in the super team, me, Fishley, officially drew the pages. Veronica colored. Lori Foster inked it. The Light Within. That's
Light
right.
Within.
Lori Foster inked. Eric lettered. I think Danny Cooper edited. And it was just an amazing experience putting the book together. And it came out good. It came out like way better than I thought it was going to do. I want to say it's the fastest script that I've ever written. I wrote the first draft of it in 2 days. And the young lady that commissioned us to do it, she she went through edits, she put her spin on it, and it's just a great book. I can't wait for y'all to see it.
Hey man, congratulations, man. I'm
Yeah,
beefing with Michael Watson right now, we got beef, man.
No beef for free stuff.
Because I couldn't get on FS Con. All right.
Oh, okay.
He ain't even think about me.
I can't say nothing.
You might can take.
I'm really just messing with y'all. Like I just talked to him like 2 seconds ago. I just talked to him like 2 seconds ago.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. The way things, I'm hoping I can
make it out there, bro. But
I'm hoping I can.
Are y'all gonna physically be there?
We were trying to.
That's the plan.
But this thing on studio done depleted my funds. But thankfully, hey, we got our first escape room booking today. So
I can't wait.
Y'all were going to drive? Were y'all going to drive?
We was going to drive.
How far is that? How far is the drive for y'all?
9 hours.
We'd have been fine.
But that's nothing though. Like if you got somebody to ride with you,
don't say it's nothing now.
9 hours.
Florida, I hate driving from North Carolina to Florida.
Sir,
that crap is like 10 to 12 hours.
I went to school in Georgia. I used to drive back and forth from Georgia to Connecticut.
God bless you.
That's 16 hours. Trust me.
God bless
9 hours is significantly shorter.
That's okay.
I
don't want no smoke with that crap ever again. We'd have been all right.
If I had somebody riding with me, that ain't no big deal.
I just got to get stuff settled out with the little man. Once I could do that, like I could be fully secure in making sure I know where I'm going to be when.
I thought it was virtual.
They're gonna have a virtual portion too, so we'll definitely be.
I'll make sure I hit the virtual portion because I'm on the schedule, but I wanted to be in person because I want to meet Mike and them. It's just
they got a gang folk coming out there too, but
that's what I'm saying. I want to meet everybody in person.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
There we go.
There
He had to buy a new phone.
We had to send it.
He had to switch.
I had to go find one of my janky laptops real quick.
That worked.
There you go.
All right. Did you do a list? Did you do a list for the top?
You got a list for top 5?
Yes.
Top 5.
All right.
So you the guest. You go first, man.
Tradition is to let the guest go first.
Top 5 is very first Night of Living Dead.
Go 5 to 1.
Yeah,
5 to 1.
Yeah, let me type it in. Yeah, hold up. Let's see, man. All right, bet go.
You like a whole new person, man.
Okay, yeah, that's number 1, but I'm going 5 down, right?
Yeah, 5 down. 5
okay, so The Girl with All the Gifts.
Okay.
Good one.
Yes.
Does Walking Dead count?
No.
Nah, movie.
Not a movie.
It's gotta be a movie.
Okay, I'll come back to that. 28 Days Later.
That's number 4 or 3?
That's
3.
Okay.
Dawn of the Dead.
Which one?
Did you say 28 days or 28 weeks later?
It's 28 days later.
Okay.
So
28 days later.
So your number 4 would have been Walking Dead.
We can allow it. We can allow it.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
All right.
Yeah, why not?
Walking
We got to
Dead.
give the man a break. He's been trying to get on the show for like
Right, you're right about that.
You're right. Trying to make
Walking Dead. What we said for number 3?
28
days later. Then probably Dawn of the Dead 2. And number 1 always is Night of the Living Dead, old black and white one.
Old school.
Dawn.
Okay.
Dead.
All right, I'll go next.
You said Night of the Living Dead?
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna be honest with you. My list is more about which ones I like. Like, and I like them, so they the best. So,
As well, it should be.
whatever.
Unless it's something stupid.
Number 5. My list is. Excuse me, sir. Why don't you look behind you?
He got no
check that out. Very rarely do I do something. All right, here we go. Here we go.
That's all that would work.
I'm just saying.
Hey, I didn't refute it. I said you got it's cool. It's early.
Number 5. Quarantine. That movie, man,
was a good one.
bruh. Every time I think about like that, to me is like one of the perfect examples of how people would freak out if a zombie was in close quarters. Like it's over. You all screwed up.
I ain't seen that one in a minute too.
I'm telling you, I'm that cop. I'm stomping everybody's head. I said it last week. I'm stomping everybody. I don't care. I'm trying to live. Number 4, Shaun of the Dead. I love that movie, man. That's one of my favorite zombie movies
all time.
That's a great movie. Shaun of the Dead. Shaun. That's one of my favorite zombie movies. Okay, I'm hearing feedback. What the heck? Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
Shaun. Who is that? One of my favorite zombie movies.
Somebody got it playing somewhere else.
That was my fault.
Is that you? Damn, Danny, you like to hear my voice that much? That's weird. Number 3, Dawn of the Dead, the Zack Snyder version. The
recent one?
Yeah.
2004.
Yeah. Dude, when I'm telling you, when I saw them zombies sprinting full on like Usain Bolt,
you are absolutely right.
I was like, nope. Let's see. Number 2, Train to Busan. That movie left an imprint on me. And then number 1, I'm an old school guy normally, and normally I would ride with the black and white Night of the Living Dead, but I never thought it was that good back then, and I still don't think it's that good. I gotta go with 28 Days Later, man.
28 Days Later. That's the one that revitalized zombies. I'd say zombie movies. That thing was solid too. That thing was solid.
That was a great zombie movie.
All right, cool.
Who's next?
I got it.
Danny, you said you wanted to go, right?
Yeah, Danny said he was going last.
Oh, you said you were going last.
But yeah,
let's
go ahead.
change your mind, Danny.
Go ahead. I'll go last.
All right.
And then I'll go to bed.
All right, Morgan, can you do us a favor? Can you tell us your list and then type it out?
Yeah. My bad. All right.
I
like to have it so I can go ahead and.
I'm just saying we be waiting forever.
All right. So number 5. Number 5 was close for me, but there's a reason that I went the way that I did. So number 5 for me, Army of the Dead, the one that just came out on Netflix. I was asleep on that movie, and when I watched it, I was like, "Yo, this is not bad at all." Not to mention Army of Thieves, I enjoyed profoundly, and Army of the Dead was the base for that. But that whole movie was a premise from an earlier movie that Javon already brought up.
Right, you might be.
What'd you say?
You might be right with the recency bias, bro.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
You might be right.
I'm trying to tell you. If the movie came out, listen. If we do a topic and something happened within the last 2-3 months,
y'all didn't
Morgan's putting it on his list. Put it on his list.
I mean,
y'all didn't like it?
No, that was a bad movie, dude.
It was a bad movie.
That was a bad movie.
Bad how?
Like if Quarantine was great, then the Army of the Dead is definitely allowable.
Exactly.
Quarantine was a good movie.
Quarantine's a remake of Wreck.
Okay.
I was gonna put Wreck on my list.
It's a shot-for-shot remake. I could have said either one. So I went with the American version. It's literally a shot-for-shot remake.
I was gonna do the same. My other number 5 would have been that, but I don't think I could put Quarantine over Army of Dead. For over. So the downside to me is the implausibility of Quarantine. I love Quarantine. Don't get it twisted, but there are some moments in life that. I don't care how much this woman's telling me to keep the camera rolling. You can kiss both sides of my
suspension of disbelief. Don't talk
rock
to me about the suspension of disbelief in a movie.
I'm telling you,
in which they got paratroopers. They had paratroopers parachuting into a place filled with zombies. The military.
That's okay.
Okay.
It's a zombie movie. All of it is suspension of disbelief. What I'm saying is, in that quarantine movie, like somebody literally just got their neck bit off, and you like keep the camera rolling. So, I loved it. Don't get it twisted, but Army of the Dead was good to me. It was good to me. It was exciting.
Let me hear the rest of this list. Let me hear the rest of this list.
It was funny in parts.
Let me hear the rest of this list. This list better be. So better have some bangers.
Number 5, Army of the Dead. Number 4, Dawn of the Dead, 2004. Zack Snyder's version.
Okay.
I will put the original on there, but there's no way I could put that over there over them fast freaking zombies from no freaking way. Dawn of the Dead, 2004. That there goes the neighborhood joint. The mall scene, like for the final fight. That movie's. I like that whole idea of having like some of it's outlandish, of course, but I rock with. I'm definitely gonna take the version that has fast zombies because that's actually scary. Number 3,
I hate fast zombies.
You hate fast zombies?
I hate fast zombies.
Why?
I can't deal with the slow ones. That's so it's
yeah. Like to me, it's hard for me to like suspend my. You know what I mean? Like
I'm not scared of a slow zombie.
They shuffling like grandmothers at church. Like
the reason why I don't like fast zombies because of it depends on what we're going with. For me, it depends on what we're going with. Now, if it's the virus thing, okay, whatever. But even so, how long is this person supposed to keep this up?
What person? You talking about the fast zombies? The
fast zombie. Now, if the thing is dying, and even if this is like the person has to die, and then it increases everything, it has to slow down sooner or later. If it's a dying body.
Yeah, but it's a zombie. Like literally, zombies are not a thing. They literally could not do it. They literally can't get up as a dead body and go do any of this. And they're definitely not strong enough to grab you, hold on to you, and bite your neck off. Even though you're pulling away with full force and there's other people pushing on it and it's still biting you, all of it's a suspension of disbelief. All of it. It's a zombie movie. So I'm just saying.
For me, just the shuffling is like, look, man, I don't know how anybody is like.
If that's
I can see how people would die, but like I can see how like the entire U.S. would be like wiped out with shuffling zombies. Like,
that's true. But if we're going by that, it was a dead person coming back.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
The fact that we're talking about a dead person going back, we reached a point where we can suspend the belief that a dead person can get up and walk. And
whether it's shambling or running.
But
so
at this point, what Matthew's saying though, like for a story like Walking Dead, you need the slow zombies.
Right, I get that.
Walking Dead, but for 28 days later, you definitely need the fast joints. You need fast joints. Yeah, that's so for Army of the Dead, you need the fast ones. But yeah, go ahead.
Number 4 was Dawn of the Dead, 2004.
I'm sorry.
Number three, World War Z. No way that one's gonna make my list because that crap freaking scared the bejesus out of me. When the whole time that I saw the scene where them mothers was climbing over that wall in Israel, no, my G, it's over. The street scene, there's mad scenes in that movie that I could not. When he had to go into the freaking into the chamber where the medicine was, and he had to sneak past all them freaking zombies, and they, you know what I'm saying, doing that. Nope, no way. I'm out. I'm done with all that. And I like the premise of the movie and then being able to find the cure and what the weakness was. So that was number 3 for me. Number 2, Train to Busan. That joint's close to number 1 for me. But my number 1, 28 weeks later, because that one scared the bejesus out of me forever.
Wait a minute, dude! Come on, man.
I don't give a crap what y'all think. It's my
Morgan. Come on, Morgan. Come on, man. You picked the inferior sequel.
I'm sorry you feel that way. To me, the inferior movie between the two is 28 days. 28 days doesn't scare me. 28 weeks scared the crap out of me. I couldn't do it. No parts. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Like none of these zombie movies scare me.
I was going to say none of them really scare me.
Like none of them scare me.
If you was in the same situation as old buddy in 28 weeks, you lie. You be scared.
Hey, no, I mean, I would be scared in that scenario, but me. I mean,
none of them. Zombie movies aren't scary for me. When it comes to zombie movies, this is why I don't mind the slow ones, because the slow ones build tense moments for people. And Walking Dead did good of showing how a horde of them getting together can cause an issue.
Yeah,
that's what I always figured, that if it's that many dead people, they're dying, people are dropping dead from it, all this other stuff, and they're coming back up, and they're moving slow because they're already decaying and stuff.
Which I get that.
And so that being able to know that there's this slow thing moving around that can get in a horde and just overwhelm you. If I said anything that was scary, that would scare me more than the fast ones.
Who said Pet Cemetery? I never even thought about that, man.
You know the scene in Quarantine that gets me every time? There's two of them. One where they're having an argument and then old buddy drops from the freaking top of the stairs. That's one of the best moments in you talking about being shocked at the movie theater? Oh my God, that did not see that coming at all. The second is when when they get to the top of them stairs and that freaking doctor comes running up them stairs fast as crap. Oh my God, I would die. Me and that doctor going at it, or I'm dropping dead, because that joint was moving. My dude was coming up the stairs so fast, he's sliding, so he was.
But it ain't on your list. I'm trying to figure this out. You've expressed a love for it, and you got 28 weeks later. You got 28 weeks later. Army of the Dead.
That movie scares the crap out of me. I still go back and watch 28 Weeks. Like, one of the scariest scenes in a horror movie, period, for me is a scene in 28 Weeks. Number one, the intro, once he's running out of the house. That whole scene is horrific, but it's still one of my favorite intros.
That's the only good part of the movie, though.
That's a lie. The second part that scares the crap out of me is when the dad breaks out. He just beat the brakes out of his wife, gouged her eyes out, and all that crap. He gets out. All of these people are trying to leave through that, I think on a bridge or something like that, but the military is trying to stop them. The boy is in there looking around or whatever. Then he sees his dad standing at the back. Oh my God. And then he starts biting everybody, and you don't know, and it's dark. You don't know who the freak is a zombie and who is a person. If that happened in real life, I would drop dead. There's no freaking way. I couldn't handle it. That's too much pressure. I had a lot of pressure in my life. That's too much.
Go ahead with your list, Dave.
Too much.
All right, so here's my list, and I'm not a huge zombie movie list fan, but I'm not a huge zombie movie fan because I'll be trying to watch stuff for the kids, but there are some good zombie movies.
If you say a zombie movie that was on Disney, I promise you.
My daughter did recommend Zombies 1, 2, and 3, which are Disney movies. She said that those were her favorite.
Danny, I promise you, this will be the last day.
Danny, just
that'd be the end of top 5.
World that you could let the kids watch their movies and then you and Tiana watch y'all's movies. Is that a thing?
Yeah, but anyway, 28 Days Later, number 5. That's
number 5 though.
That joint wasn't it number 5 on your list?
No, he didn't have it on his list.
You didn't have it on your list. Okay.
I had 28 Weeks Later as number 1.
Yeah. Number 4. Now this is one that you can watch with the kids. Maybe y'all just haven't seen it. This is one of the more recent ones. Little Monsters with Lupita Nyong'o.
Okay, I give you that.
I've heard of that.
That joint was fun. It was kind of it had a little scary moments, but it was mostly funny, and I liked her bravery in there. Number 3, another one that you can kind of watch with the kids, The Girl with All the Gifts. That joint, dang on.
You can't watch that with kids.
Twist. Yeah, I mean,
pretty much watching that with kids.
It wasn't that bad.
I watch it with my kids.
Your kids on a different line. I've met your kids. Your kids.
Dang, man, damn, Danny.
I've been around Matt and his wife and kids. Hey, I wouldn't mess with them jokers to save my life, bro.
I've never heard somebody talk about a list for zombie movies and their principal.
I'm just saying,
it's gotta be good for his family.
I just think that they're really good, movies. Like The Girl with All the Gifts. Like you felt.
No, I love the movie. I love the movie.
The girl you felt with her for. She had the virus, but she wasn't, she was still cognizant. She was intelligent. And then, spoiler alert, at the end, she wins. Like I was like, yo, she got everybody.
I was glad.
Yeah.
I was so glad. You got all of it. Thank you. Jesus.
Go on and set that tree on fire.
You can't watch it with kids. I don't know about y'all kids, but me, I'm building warriors around here. don't know about y'all. Not you, daddy. Not you.
I'm
not talking about y'all.
Hey, listen, my daughters won't watch no horror movie, nothing. Like nothing.
My baby will
my
watch
son,
whatever.
I'm gonna get him though. My son will be fine, but my daughters, no.
But it
My
did
baby
have,
watch whatever. I told her not to watch Hereditary, and she started peeking at YouTube clips. I said, don't watch it. But
with
you can't tell her nothing.
the store scene in there, that was kind of creepy. All right, so number 2, Train to Busan. Like Train to Busan was so much better than I thought it was gonna be.
That movie was amazing.
Yeah, that movie, the people in the movie were worse than the zombies. Like you hated the what was the old dude was trying to keep him out of the
yeah, dude.
Man.
He would have caught this boot for real.
He would have
man.
died. He
He
would
would
have
have caught
died.
this boot.
But of course, my number 1, Nick Wright, Shaun of the Dead. That's I watch that movie all the time. It's a solid zombie film and it's a solid comedy. And I like that, he had your boy chained up at the end, and they still playing. It's still playing.
Dude, it's so wholesome.
It was such a good. But I think this is a solid list. Like,
have you seen Dawn of the Dead?
I never seen the original.
Oh, Danny,
I never saw.
Watch Dawn of the Dead, man.
I've never seen Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead is solid, man. You
never seen Shaun of the Dead?
I watch zombie movies, but I'm not a huge fan, like an aficionado that needs to go back and watch all of them. Y'all know how I am about old stuff too, so I mean,
that ain't old.
That's like
I'm talking about the original. I'm talking about the original.
He said
No.
Shaun of the Dead.
No, okay. So what I'm saying is, if it's old, I'm less likely to watch it, which is why I haven't seen the original Dawn of the Dead. The remake,
Right, I know.
Okay,
I get that.
With Shaun of the Dead, I haven't seen that just because I'm not a huge zombie movie fan. So and it's a comedy zombie movie like that. It's like Zombieland. I've seen Zombieland with Woody Harrelson and them. I wouldn't watch it.
I thought Zombieland was okay.
Zombieland was cool. I like the rules. Rule number 1: always check the back seat. That was kind of cool. But yeah,
I like the rules though. I was paying attention to the rules. I was like,
yeah.
all right.
I even did that for a little while. I always got in my car and was like, let me just look back there.
You didn't check your back seat before?
Okay, so I got.
I do that. I do those lists. That list sound like a list just for all black people.
That's a hood list right there, dude. I always check my back seat.
I check my back seat every time I get
all
into
the time, bro.
You never know when a nigga might be back there.
For real.
But how? Like, I'm trying to understand why is it like Night of the Living Dead isn't spoke of that much.
I've seen the original, but I saw the original after I saw the remake. So,
a remake of Night of the Living Dead?
Yeah.
What was the remake of it?
It was a remake in 1990.
I haven't seen either.
It had to do
same main character and everything.
It had to do from Candyman in it.
And yeah, Tony Todd was
Tony Todd was in it.
In the 1990s.
I don't think I watched that.
Yeah, so I saw that first, huh?
Romero did it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's probably why I didn't watch it.
But I saw the original Dawn of the Dead, and I was like, man, it's okay. But like,
no, Night of the Living Dead, not Dawn.
Night of the Living Dead. Sorry, Night of the Living Dead. But like, it's one of those things where like, if you watch it with a modern sensibility, like I can respect the filmmaking behind it, but like, it is kind of boring from a modern perspective.
From a modern perspective, it's boring.
A little boring, yes.
How?
The story drags. Number one, I told you I don't do the slow zombie thing. Like, it's boring to me. It can
cut out the slow. Cut out the don't cut it out.
But in general, like everything, it's not to me. I'm just telling you from when I watched it, and I watched it when I was a teenager. I haven't seen it since. But I watched it as a teenager.
Here's the thing that got me with the movie. Here's the thing. So I'm not gonna try to. Why are you? I'm gonna just tell you what I'm seeing. Me watching it, the soul zombies didn't bother me much either. It's like, okay, black and white, blah 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 blah. But it's the thing that got me was that they go in the house. It's a black dude, back in what was 1960s or something. Was made something like that. A black dude, lead character, all that stuff.
Yep.
Dealing with all these goofy white folks. Goofy.
Yeah.
Goofy. He got a hey girl, come over here. Oh my God. Don't do this. Go over there. Go to All of
That's
this
what
stuff.
I appreciated about it.
And he get all of them through. He gets all of them through this. One black dude in the 1960s gets all these white folks through all this mess. And they come and shoot him at the end.
I was going to say, but he in the original, he didn't turn, right?
No.
Right.
That's why I said
the remake was different.
That's why I'm like, I've read up on the remake after watching the other one. I was like, I just kind of erased it. Like, that's why I'm like, what I'm asking, but I was like, I don't know. But the thing about it is, like, the cops come, this black dude make it through the whole movie, make it through slow zombies, almost getting bit, crazy white folks, crazy white women, crazy white men, having to help them get through all this mess. The cops come, boom, kill him.
Like crazy white folk in all these zombie movies.
Like he gets through all of that, and then just because he a black dude, they shoot him. I'm like, that has nothing to do. That has nothing to do with what's going on in a modern time.
No, I'm talking about like from a modern perspective, as modern filmmaking, not modern sociological issues.
Okay, filmmaking. I ain't gonna.
That's all I'm talking about. Like pacing of movies. Like back then, movies were paced slower. Like movies now are paced faster. I didn't mean like, it didn't have any like modern issues in it. No. You're absolutely right about that.
So for me, it was like that's what always stuck out to me. That it was just like this dude was a stand-up character.
I did.
Made it through. Peace, man. Made it through all that, and then this is what he get. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, all right. This seems about right.
So I feel like, Morgan, you need to ask Matt your question from last week.
About 30 Days a Night?
Yeah, whatever. That scenario.
Still for the streets. So Matthew, have you seen that movie 30 Days of Night?
Yeah, that was the one with the vampires up in Alaska and stuff.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So there's a scene in there where this guy's dad, he's an old guy, starts freaking out, says he's gonna go outside. Now they've been in his house safe for a while. The vampires been looking for him. Everybody's Gucci in this house. Dad starts wilding out, making noise, saying he's going outside to find his wife or find somebody. And his son's trying to make him be quiet as he goes down the stairs. There's another girl that's trying to help him. He's got Alzheimer's or something special, it seems. And he apologizes. They let him go into he says he needs to go to the bathroom. They let him go into the bathroom. When they open the bathroom door, the window's open. His dad's gone. Mm-hmm. They go outside after the dad, right? Mm-hmm. If that's you and that's your daddy, is your daddy for the streets or you going out there to get your daddy?
He gone.
Amen. Amen. All right. I'm glad.
What if it's your kid, man?
Me and him, we out of
He gone. What am I supposed to go?
What if it's your kid though?
I wouldn't let my kid. Well, we talking about what?
How old are your kids? How old are your kids?
17, 16, 9, and 4.
I about to say they all old enough to know.
4-year-old is not old enough to know, Morgan.
She's not 4. She's like 5. She's like 5 months, so she don't count. She ain't climbing out of nothing. And the other ones, like my 9-year-old, they wouldn't. The thing about it is, my kids wouldn't do that.
That's what I said.
And also, I'm gonna tell you, if it's coming and my kid is acting like that, I'm choking them.
See, that's what I said. The same thing. I said, if I tell you not to go out, I don't care who the family member is. I don't care who the family member is. The only recourse I have for you is me choking you out or punching you in the face. My gift to you is me knocking you unconscious. That's it.
Basically.
But I'm telling you right now.
But once again,
my baby's 17. Right. My baby's 17 years old. If I say, baby, you need to be quiet and stay here, I'm not going back and forth with you too much now. Mm-hmm. If you decide to go out there, you expect daddy to go out there after you, you have made a grave mistake because it's not going to happen. I'm just telling you. I will go out there after my son. Like if my son's in this wheelchair and somebody pushes him in his wheelchair outside, I ain't got no choice. My son can't defend himself and he didn't even do that, right? My baby girl's 17. She know better. If she decides to go out that door, she is for the streets.
Okay, so I'm gonna say so this one we talked about this last week too, but consider we talking about zombies is right there. If you running with your kids,
oh God,
Matt, if you running with your kids and one of them fall, and you got the sprinting zombies, not the dog, not the shuffling, you got the Dawn of the Dead track runners. You stopping to help your kid, or you just or they it's over.
That's rough, bro.
I'd stop to help. I'd stop to help, but it's gonna be, hey, you're gonna have to get up. That's like that movie playing where I need you to get up.
Yeah,
you got like we running and I'm in front of them and I turn back and you falling and if the zombies aren't on them, right? Zombies ain't on them yet. And I'm getting to them like whole time I'm darting towards them like, you need to get up. You need to get up.
And
let's go. If they doing all that, if I can't get to them, it's like I got more people that's more important. Like after a while, and we talking about kids. I got a few. I got 4 of them. So it's like, hey, I'm gonna need you to get up and let's go. And I'm with Morgan. The only person I would give kind of leeway to is my son. He has autism, right? So it's like he may go over, but even with that, I'm going to be holding on to him the whole time. Like the other ones,
what I tell you, that's what I said.
The other ones, I'm like, hey, y'all get up in front of me, and I would be in back. Truthfully, I was like, look,
that's good. That's good.
Y'all go out in front. I'm holding on to TK, or TK's gonna stay in front of me. I'm in back. Y'all stay in front of me. If you get behind me, we gonna have issues. And if I bust you upside your head, then that means get up in front of me. So
I was telling Morgan, like me, I got a 3-year-old son. I got twin stepdaughters. They 17, and I got my wife. And I tell my wife and my daughters all the time, y'all better not trip. Because I'm gonna have my son over my shoulder because I need to be able to swing this arm and run. Right? And I got tunnel vision. So if it's like a boat and we running for the boat, I'm running full sprint. That's why it's hard. If you say I'm gonna stay to the back, I don't know how fast your kids run. My kids don't run fast. So me running full sprint, I can't do that from the back.
Yeah, mine don't run fast either. But the thing about it is, like, I'm gonna be honest. If I'm in that situation, I already can't run like that. Like since we gonna mix. I know y'all said we suspended belief and all that stuff. It's all fine, but I'm about to mix in some stuff and put in what I would deal in this unreal scenario. I can't move that fast. I can fight. Now I can fight. I can fight all day. So I need y'all, and I'm not talking about I think I can fight. I know I can fight. I know I can fight. I can fight all day. I'll toss a couple of them around, let them keep going, toss a couple of them around, and I need them to get to where they getting. Y'all get to where you getting and stay over there. I'll fight a couple of them. I'm gonna get bit. I'm probably gonna die, whatever. But y'all gonna have to stay in front of me. But if I'm using what I got, I can't run. I can't full on sprint. My knees and stuff ain't built like that. Even when I was a child, it wasn't like that. If I was a kid, I'd get 8 because I can't. It's like my knees were like, okay, we done, we out. I was 9 years old.
I'm a runner, dude.
I'm like, okay, I can trip them, I can shoot them, I can fight them off a little bit, and my people gonna have to get up there, and then I'll run as fast as I can. But
so you okay with being the big sacrifice so your family?
I'm not, but I'll do it. I'm not okay with it. I'll do it. No, but I know that's what I'm better at. I'm better at if it's gonna be if I'm dealing with them, it's like, yo, and if I can take out a few of them and then keep moving, take out a few, keep moving, then I'm doing that. But I'm probably gonna get overwhelmed. So it is what it is.
See, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna like I said last week. If I have that would be very hard. If I had my son and I had to carry him, that's already hard enough. Okay.
Yep.
But if my baby girl's behind me and she fall, I guess we all going because I mean I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't leave my baby back here. She done failed trying to run. As long as she won't know, you know how my normal terminology would be the garden tool. But as long as she won't no coward, I guess that's a better way to say it. As long as she won't be no coward about it, okay. You know what I'm saying? And my baby ain't no coward. So I'm quite sure that if she failed, she'd be doing everything she could to get up.
Mm-hmm.
And if she was in the process of getting up and they were on her, I'm not leaving. I'm not going to watch my baby die.
Well,
and I don't
but
do
it also to me matters how far we are ahead of them. If they nipping at our
heels,
heels,
if you unreasonably fall, I'm gonna smack the crap out of you when I get back. I'm still coming, but I'm gonna smack.
What I'm saying is if there's enough distance between them and us that like, because number one, I told you I got tunnel vision. So, but if I actually realize that you fell, I might stop and all right, come on, get up. But if you like you said, if they're like, you know what I mean? Like, no, you gotta get up.
That's a
get
dub.
up. I'll leave. I will literally drop you. Like
that will piss me off.
Go.
I don't have time for that. I told you what my number one pet peeve in horror movies is the person that's just gotta or you got to be the one to make the noise. I'll kill you first. That's my number one pet peeve. If we in this quiet behind room and all of us are good and you gonna mess it up for everybody, then you will no longer be here and everybody else will go on. I don't want to kill you, but you're gonna get choked out. Something's gonna happen. You're gonna cease from making that noise though. One way or the other.
Yeah, for me, it's like comparing it to real life scenarios that are stressful. Like I've been in, my lady has been in situations where it's like earthquakes. She ain't never dealt with an earthquake in North Carolina. So I go to California, it's an earthquake and stuff. She hops up, runs. I'm like, where are you going? And it's like all this stuff is shaking. It's like, I get up, I'm walking like, let me get the kids. I pick up both of the kids, put them in my arms and walk downstairs. Like, why are you outside? Get back in the house. And it's like, why are you like,
I've never been in an earthquake before. I probably would have did the same thing.
I'm just saying, get back in the house.
I don't know. I've never been in an earthquake before, dude.
I've only felt a tremor, and it was very disorienting
before in my life. The earth has never moved for me.
Like it's so even being in hurricanes, it's like okay, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Why? Like it's just. For me, when it comes up, and maybe it comes from the training, I don't know. It's like being in stressful situations is like, okay, what do you need to do to protect yourself? That's what goes in my head all the time.
I got you.
And if it's with a bunch of other people, what do you need to do to protect them? So stuff like that, I'd be like, okay, I got these monsters coming after me. I'm just going to have to figure out what I got to do to keep these folks safe and keep myself safe. So.
But that's what I said. For me,
that takes me back to 28 weeks later. But
if we full on sprint into say the car, and they're let's say they 30 feet behind us, right? They 30 feet. I know me. I'm trying to run because I'm number one. I'm trying not to drop my son. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm running as fast as possible. Like if I have to slow down. Just keep us together, we probably all gonna die. Because I've seen my daughter. I've seen my daughters run.
I understand that. I'm more like, okay, so they 30 feet. We know it's a car over here. I'm more like, look, this is what's going down.
Yeah,
they 30 feet behind. They 30 feet behind us. I need y'all. You see that car? I'm gonna be cussing the whole time. You see that car over there? But I'm not gonna do that here. You see that car? Go over there. Go over there. You guys get a head start and get over there. I'm going to kick it behind y'all, me and TK, because I got to make sure that he don't do nothing goofy and start running off somewhere. Because, like I said, my son got autism. He bound to be like, and run off somewhere else. So I'm going to hold on to him. Y'all take the little baby. All of y'all go that way. Well, I know that. Just follow the first one.
Yeah.
Everybody follow him.
Look,
and then if I'm like, you guys got a couple of seconds to get there before if you do not get there, you know what's coming. So, and I ain't going to be able to help you. Like literally, I'm not going to be able to help you. So listen to what I'm telling you and get there. I'll stay behind. I'll stay behind a couple of feet behind you. Get up
hate these situations, bro. Like when I watch Walking Dead, that's one thing that Walking Dead does a great job of is bringing you into the moments where you have to make the painful decision. Like somebody you love just got bit or they about to turn or something like that, and now you gotta. I already told my family what to do. You know what I'm saying? Don't let me turn into no zombie and come after y'all. Kill me now. You know what I'm
I just be
saying?
like, give me the gun. I do it myself.
Yeah, I go ahead.
Like,
I
go
don't
ahead
want none of y'all having to
I
do it.
don't
I
even
don't
want
want
I don't even want
nobody
you to
to
be
have the
traumatized.
memory of
Yeah.
shooting their dad. Just give me the gun.
I don't want you to be.
But
I don't
if
want
you
to be
get
traumatized.
bit, if
you
you
get
get bit,
If you out of here,
go.
son.
You done. You done.
got
Just
to
like
go.
me,
It's-
you done.
What's that
Yeah,
show?
no.
What's the in Dawn of the Dead where the dad gets bit and the daughter's like, don't kill my dad. In my mind, I'm like, and then the other white lady is yelling at the guys because they gonna take him out. I was sitting here like, if somebody don't move this woman out the way,
Yeah, nobody got time
if
for that.
somebody don't move this woman out the way,
That's like when you watching Wreck and that woman keeps holding her child, talking about all that stuff, and then the child starts freaking.
No.
We're not doing none of that.
Mm-mm.
That little baby run upstairs, I'd be like, that's tough.
Yep.
I'm not going up there after that. I mean,
Yep.
what do I have up there? Nothing.
She's up here, we down here.
You
We
know,
all
right.
right.
That's why. That movie was really close to being on the list, bro. It really was. Quarantine was, because that's definitely one of my favorites. But it was
I told you, I love that firefighter,
it was
man.
favorites versus best though, and I really liked Army of the Dead. I liked it. So
I just thought it was a little. It was a lot of corniness in it.
It was. But I
it was a lot of corniness.
I
But
hate
the
that
action
dog.
scenes were great. The action scenes were dope. There was some of the stuff was corny, but some of the things that were funny were actually funny.
I forgot
just
it
remember
as
hating
soon
the
as I
daughter.
watched it.
I hated that daughter. I was like,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
The daughter pissed me off.
She was like, she was the villain of the movie. I'm like, you just doing too much.
Hey, and then she the only one that survived. That made me so doggone.
That crap pissed me off, bro.
I was like, everybody done sacrificed to say, oh, that's like old girl, in Dawn of the Dead, the one with the dog. And she like was freaking out when the dog took off. And then she got in the truck
for the streets.
I would have been like, look, she on her own, man.
Yep.
We're gonna take our time. We're gonna get ready. If she's over, she's alive. She's alive.
I'm a team player, bro, but I'm not getting ready to put. Like I said, the biggest thing that bothered me about the 30 Days a Night scene is the fact that you're willing. To me, it's a different level of selfishness. You're gonna put this whole house's everybody in this house. You can put all of their lives at risk over your loved one. That's not fair to everybody else. They got loved ones too. You know what I'm saying? So if it's my loved one, I'm gonna have to bite. I'm gonna have to eat it. You know what I'm saying? But either to me, one or two things is gonna happen. I'm staying in this house and my loved one's gone, or I'm going out there with my loved one and we'll try to fight, but we're probably gonna die. But I'm not gonna put this house at risk. That's not fair. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's the biggest reason I have such a big issue with it. I can't stand it. That pisses. That's the other reason why I be like that about the scary movies. I cannot stand in a scary movie where we hiding in the closet. You know what I'm saying? Now this dude coming over here to the freaking closet now because you in here making noise. Nope. I'll choke you first. Don't care who it is. I don't care if it's that's why I'm glad I don't have no dogs. Nope. Yeah, I don't have to worry about no dog. I don't have to worry about none of that stuff. It's a dub.
My wife and the kids, they got a dog. That dog be left here.
You doggone right.
Yeah,
that dog be the diversion. I'll be like,
yeah.
Like,
Roscoe, go get him.
I throw that.
All right.
I throw something. Fetch. The
whole
swarm go after him. Take off.
We make it through the zombie apocalypse, and then Peter be in our door. How dare you leave that dog?
I told
like, it is what it is.
Listen, if the zombie apocalypse happens, I don't care about nobody that's not in this house right here.
Yep.
We ain't pulling over for nobody. We not giving nobody rides.
See, but that's always the tough part. Like The Last of Us, I don't know if y'all play video games, but The Last of Us on PlayStation 4 is by far the best game they ever put out. But I'm so excited to have that joint coming to HBO. The Last of Us is like Walking Dead in that regard that it's hard to tell whether the humans are worse than the zombies. And I think in a lot of cases the humans are. Some humans, like when you build those actual alliances, it's life-changing. Like literally you would not have lived if you didn't meet them. But then you run into those other ones that
I try to tell you, that's like,
you run into some Negans.
Y'all seen Black Summer, right?
Yes, loved it.
Have you seen Black Summer on Netflix?
I think so.
It's a zombie movie. It's got This is mother and a daughter, and then this Asian woman, and then a black dude.
It's on Netflix.
like
Well, talking about the series, right?
Yeah. The series.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yes.
That show traumatized me from trusting anybody. Like every time somebody was trying to be nice, they got.
It was the game.
Yeah.
Could have been me, man. I'm like,
but that's what I'm saying. In zombie movies, that's what makes you even. You didn't seen it too much, and it will be. Don't get it twisted. Whitney be right beside me. No, don't do it, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool.
What
you know
I say last week? I was like, if I'm
Whitney.
with me and my girls, and there's another dude, and he look at my wife and my daughter sideways, I got pop. No, he look. Nope.
Yep.
He just said hi. Nah, I ain't like the way he said hi. Anybody else want to say hi? Anybody?
He said it wrong.
Nope.
Like that.
All right.
I got to see Javon Rose, but they go Javon. I ain't even mad at him.
Nope.
Do what you got to do, man. Do what you got to do.
Hey, what's up, Matt?
Yep. I'm like, hey, do what you got to
All
do.
right, bro. Hey,
Yep.
man, stay up.
I honestly wouldn't be mad at nobody in that situation. I'd be like, no, that man got his own people. He got his own people, and they need to look. Now, if we do something later on, that's different. But right now, that man got his own people, and they need to get.
We ain't got no choice.
If
we gonna survive the moment. As soon as that moment's over, y'all have a good day. We gonna go this way. If we got rations, we can separate that joint, slide it down the middle. But otherwise.
Nope. If I run across Danny and Tiana, we all running from stuff, and these mugs on some shady stuff, or we can't join up, or we can't trust each other all of a sudden. All right, when I come back to this house, I'm airing this joint out.
This is what we playing. This is what we playing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we doing. We've been family all the time, and that's what we doing. I'm gonna air this whole out.
I'll be back, and if you hear when I come back. Somebody ain't leaving.
When I come
back, I ain't trusting my neighbors. Listen, my neighbors are nice people, but y'all stay over there.
That's fine. That's different. Me, Danny, and Tiana, like brother sister type. You know what I'm saying? If all of a sudden you can't trust me in a zombie apocalypse, and we've been partners for forever, then one of us not leaving here. Okay, that's just betrayal of a different breed. God,
I agree with you on that. Some of my people.
If I came across Morgan, I'd be like, okay, but listen. I'm gonna tell you something about myself.
I'm already looking at you strange.
I'm a little paranoid. No joke. Like I'm a little paranoid. I hide it very well. Like it don't, but I can get really paranoid. If I'm in a zombie apocalypse, my paranoia I know is gone. It's through the roof. So even if you can hang, but if I see anything that looks shady, listen. Final solution, and we keep on moving.
Don't get it twisted. If that happened, if I picked up that vibe that you felt that way, I would leave before I got offended, and we end up on some Scarface stuff.
I might be nice enough to be like, "Yo, you got 10 minutes, you got 10 seconds to go, bro."
That's not nice, because now you know me well enough by now. No, my response is not going to be a pleasant one. If you say that, you be like, "You got 10 seconds to leave." I'll be like, "You got 2." And
no. See,
I'm not gonna wait for you to kill me.
The fact that you talking back, I'm shooting.
Well, we both going down.
We shooting. But I'm gonna have the fan with me. So
okay. I'm gonna do my best. I don't believe in killing innocents, so I'm not hitting your family. But you dead. You can
I don't play, man.
No, you got. I got you. I'm killing everybody. If I'm killing one, I'm killing everybody. So ain't nobody coming back after me. I'm killing your kids. Everybody. Everybody.
I told you, man. I told you last week. I'm trying to live. I'm trying to live.
At least I know if I run across you, Javon, I'm gonna either leave you and not see you at all, or I'm gonna just kill you before you kill me.
Or listen. If you said Javon, you can hang, and you said, but I don't trust you, I'd be like, this is probably a good. This is probably a good thing.
But you've already drawn a line in the sand. So I
no, because number one, it's mostly dudes though. Not that you would do it. But all these movies, like men start losing their minds when it comes to women and everything.
I get that. But we ain't gonna play that.
That's what I'm saying.
We ain't gonna play that.
That's what I'm saying. You got a daughter, Morgan.
You're right.
Somebody came around.
On the strength of our relationship.
Hold on. Real talk. Listen, just hold on, man. Hold on.
My baby.
No, I'm just saying. Like you always see in movies, you always see like the dude that's like traumatized because of something happened, and then they ain't exactly who they was before. That's like if you ran into Danny, right? and Danny's whole family got wiped out.
Dang,
Danny just didn't take it right, and he ain't quite right in the head.
That's gonna be.
You ain't you're not looking at Danny the way you would look at Danny normally.
No,
I think it's why you put. Why is it got to be a dude though?
What?
Why does it have to be a man though?
Well, it don't have to be a man. If a woman look sideways too, you got to go.
No, but I'm saying because you were like the dudes. You explained you like, especially if it's a dude. With a woman, it's different because if you see a woman, like you come across a woman, usually that scenario that'll happen. But usually with the women are the ones to get folks set up.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to my initial stance where I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nobody, dude. Ain't nobody getting a ride. Ain't nobody getting nothing. That's all I'm saying.
What I'm saying. I'm out here single real bad. So you know what I'm saying, right? I have to be. I'll be fighting my sucker bone all that time.
I just need a place to
stay. That's why I couldn't have you around me because I've seen these things in real life. I've seen women that I know set dudes up, and they're like, "Oh, she set him up." This dude, we seen dudes get dragged at their car, beat half to death, just because he was messing around with some woman. So I don't understand this life that folks be talking about because I've seen it. Whether it was over drugs, whether it was just because she wanted to. So I can't.
I'm telling you, I don't trust nobody.
I agree with you, but that's not the scenario you used. You said men.
Well, no, because that's what. I was just talking about that specific scenario because you always see in the zombie movies where dudes is like they gotta rape everything in sight. Like it's always something crazy.
That's
and
true.
That's why I said like I got daughters, so like I got a wife. I got a wife and daughters. So and I got a young son. So in my mind, I'm protecting everybody. So I'm looking at men sideways. I'm looking at women sideways because, as you said, you might be the setup for the dudes that you got over there that's trying to get us.
And they might grab you up and start pegging you or something. You never know.
Right. Like you like even with that joint happened in Black Summer. It happened in Black Summer. The girl came up, it was like, oh, help me out. And then the dude came from the other side.
Yeah, that's
stopping for no
like that. It's always like that. And so I'm like not always, but it's always like that because the woman doesn't have especially if she doesn't have, even with guns or whatever, depending on the woman, let's just say on average, she doesn't have the ability to cause direct damage like a man could. So I understand what you're saying, but I'm also aware that from seeing what she can, especially in a time like that, she has a better chance of I'll blah blah blah. I'll bargain this and that with you, and I'll get people if you let me live. So then you got to worry about the woman even more because what she has is the softness, or she doesn't have the direct attack.
Right.
She has an indirect attack, which she'll use the other dudes to directly attack you.
Number one, in my mind, if it's really a zombie apocalypse and I see a woman by herself, I'm like, number one, how'd you survive this long? If you ain't got no guns on you.
I'm feeling that way about
I told you, dude, my paranoia will go to unheard of heights. I'm like, listen, I don't trust nobody that's not in this car. And we gone.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that to a degree. Like I said, if I meet up with folks that I considered fam all my life, and now all of a sudden you on some different stuff in the end of the world, one of us not leaving here. But
that's what I'm saying. Even if you met up with like your family, like let's say you met up with your actual family. Let's say you had, aunts and uncles, whatever. They was able to you don't like. In my mind, even if I met up with my family and I love my family, I'm not saying they crazy or nothing.
That's what I hear.
I'm not comfortable. I would not be comfortable. The first sign something look crazy, hey, pack the car. Don't even unpack the car. Leave that stuff in the car, and then if something goes sideways, everybody, we got to go.
So in us, you just out here. It's over. I said in a situation like us, it's just over. Like
in us,
yeah.
With the Jordan Peele movie,
Doppelgangers.
What do you mean?
Like, what's your response in that situation?
Number one, my doppelganger ain't beating my behind. Like that's just not happening. All right. Listen, I know I can beat. I know I can defeat myself if I need to. If it's just the same size, listen, I know where your weak points are, homie. I'm
about to
taking
say,
you
I
out.
don't even know what that means.
Like big old boy, like the dad. Like the dad literally got his butt kicked by himself.
Yeah, he was being
he was being like
saying that.
Yeah,
he was
like
being,
that.
he was being uncourageous.
And he let that dude take his bat and everything. Like if it's us, like
that crap was really terrible.
What?
Taking that man back and he just let him do it, man. Get the frick out.
Not only did he take his back, he literally broke his leg with it.
He drug you out by your ankle, cuz like, come on, bro. Come on, yo.
It's like that ain't listen, I'll be damned. I'll be damned
it ain't no way.
If somebody that looked just like me,
no,
come whoop.
They not beat. Yeah, they not beat.
I match energy, bro. So if it's on some peace stuff, cool. We stay on peace stuff. But if you turn up, I'm turning up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't no understand with me. It's gonna be an overstand, especially in that type of situation. So
my thing is just like, even with that, it was like how these people lived underground. Are they just they didn't? But then nobody could fight, so I mean, the way it is.
Did we just talk about this last time?
We did. We did talk about
how they don't make no damn sense. Jordan Peele's movies, when they get to the end of them, they kind of the logic starts to leave.
Yeah, it's like nobody could fight, so I guess that's what happened when nobody could fight.
Lupita was the only one.
Hey, them twins could fight. Them twins were getting busy. You hear me? Like them doing their thing for a little bit.
The two white girls,
gangers.
Yeah.
No, he was talking about the other people, like the regular people, the real.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think they probably just got taken. I think a lot of the situation they probably were surprised and then just
that's fine. But the black folk
I
weren't
don't think they
surprised.
killed all of them.
The thing about it, the only thing that makes me even believe some of it is just that when it comes to like the doppelgangers and stuff, and this is something we've talked about in like jujitsu and when we teach like self-defense and stuff, you got to understand that the person that's coming after you is ready to take it to a level that you're not. And so when it comes to a lot of horror stuff, that's what it is. It's like the person doing the attacking or the monster, whatever, is already in its mind, like, I'm going to kill this person. Mm-hmm. And that energy is like completely different. If you like, oh well, you know, or I can do and I can get away and I can no. This person is going to kill you. Like
I'm stomping Javon.
See, but that goes into a hero psyche for me because I'm always annoyed.
Oh boy,
I'm always annoyed by that, but I can't stand it. Like if you, I just don't. I don't like it. Like you should be willing to go. Like the bad guys always gonna come in. I mean, unless they're a punk bad guy. I mean, but in most situations, the bad guy has the upper hand because they willing to do stuff that you're just not. You know what I'm saying? So
the point
you're already at a disadvantage.
The point is to not stoop to their level and to be smarter.
Oh my god!
That's the point is.
That's how folks get killed every day.
This is what I was talking about with the Punisher. This is what I was talking about with the Punisher.
Oh, here we go.
When he was talking to Daredevil in season 2, and he said that you're a half measure. It's like you put them down, they get back up. I put them down, they stay down. And it's a thing where the Punisher, in his mind, he's already went past whatever the villain is going to do.
Whatever you willing to do.
But the point being that you could put down the wrong person one day. Like the whole concept of the Punisher is foolishness. Because I'm pretty sure he done killed a few innocent people.
What that got to do with anything if they kicking it around a bunch of folks and shit?
That's the whole point.
If he's going in the area where there's a bunch of bad folks, bad people, like the mafia,
we have to. So we going on the assumption that all bad folks are the same level of badness.
What that got to do with me?
But my point, the point being is that the hero, the heroes that don't kill, the point of that is that is what separates them from the bad guy.
Yeah, no, that's not always a good separation.
No. That doesn't separate you from the bad guy.
It does.
No.
It causes more dead bodies.
Prevents you, like those heroes refuse to be judge, jury, and executioner. They believe that this is the systems. Unfortunately, yes, we know this.
And how does that work? How does that work?
Yes, we know that.
How does it work?
They gonna keep coming back.
Okay, so that means that
if you kill all the good villains, you ain't gonna have no more villains.
You don't need to have villains.
Amen.
Then why are we watching? Why are we reading comic books, y'all?
Because I like the characters and stuff. Like if I'm making, like, for instance, my character, one of my characters, is like, she's just gonna maul people. It's like there's no villains no, they need to die. If we're talking about the ones that need to die, I'm not playing this hero crap, because there ain't no hero crap in real life with some of these people that need to die.
About there ain't no hero crap in real life.
There is none. When it really comes down to it, some people deserve to die.
Amen.
That's what I'm saying. Now, we're not talking about now. If the Punisher mix it up and he mess it up, that's his business. But I'm with him when he kills some of these people. Let me tell you something. If my cousin, we going back to like family members and stuff, right? If my daughter,
so do you think? So hold on. So you think somebody who just robs banks deserves to die?
Depends on where they get caught at.
You
knew that you were putting your life at risk when you decided to commit this crime. If you decided to break into somebody's house and that person destroyed your life and killed you, you earned that. Period. I don't care. I don't care if you came into the house because you were hungry.
They deserve to die.
I do.
Oh, it could happen.
No, it could. Yeah, no, it could happen though. That's part of the game.
Y'all missing my point.
That's part of the game. Let me ask you a question, Javon.
I hear you.
Go ahead.
How many foul things have you done?
How many foul things have I done?
Like breaking the law, like breaking the law.
Like a trick question.
No, it's not. I'm just asking you. Have you done anything like that?
Like, have I ever broken the law? Probably.
Like breaking the law to where you know that you could be seriously hurt. Have you ever done anything like that?
No.
Every time, now I'm not going into nothing, but anytime I have done anything like that, I knew that even I tell my friends, like, look, we're gonna do such and such. It's a good chance we could get shot, stabbed, or anything.
But do you think you deserved to?
Yes, yes. What I was doing.
That's crazy. Man. That's crazy.
100%.
Why?
So if somebody, yes, the heroes leave room for redemption. The whole point is that the person that they are taking down can have the option to change. Look at Magneto. Look at Magneto. Look at Magneto. No. Look at Magneto.
I get you though.
Look at Magneto.
Fine. The hero.
That's
what the hero do. But who? When I'm doing foul, when I'm doing breaking the law, how do I know I'm going to run into that hero?
But you're missing the point though.
I'm not missing the point. You always tell me I'm missing the point, and I got the point. But I'm telling you,
you're not talking about. You're talking about what a consequence of your actions could be. And I'm agreeing that a consequence of your action is if you break into this bank. I'm not saying that you did, but I'm saying analogy. Using the bank analogy, there is a possibility that hold on, we got here we go. Using that analogy, if I break into this bank, I know that there's a possibility that I could get shot or I could die.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about, do I deserve to die? And I'm saying, like, I think there are people who deserve to die. Sure. There are serial killers. There are, sick, twisted people in this world who are, in my opinion, beyond redemption. And that if the law decides that they deserve to die, sure. But if I can stop them without killing them and then they can get due process, then yes, I should do that. It's not up to me. It's not up to me to be the one to take them out.
That's fine. That's fine. But what I'm saying is, what you're trying to do is take death off the table.
I'm saying death should be taken off the table for
no, it shouldn't, because death is on the table when you're doing foul things. Death is on the table.
I think once
death is on the table, you can take it off the table. You can.
If I'm Superman,
that's fine for you. But in the whole scheme of things, when you're doing foul stuff, death is on the table.
I'm not saying it's not on the table, though. I'm not saying that it's not on the table.
It ain't nothing to argue about, because death is on the table. If I'm on the corner selling drugs, death is on the table.
Right.
Like, death is on the table.
And if you're Batman,
if I come across the line, Batman or something, if Batman break on my bones and he get me to go to jail, and I say, "Oh man, I changed my life." Well, you lucky.
Why does it need to be lucky though?
Because you already doing something that has death on the table.
No,
You're talking like this. Hold on. You're talking like this dude is going to work at Burger King and something bad happened, and then it's like, man, that shouldn't happen. No, you selling
that's
drugs.
not what I'm saying at all.
You shooting people. You in gangs and stuff. Death is on the table, player. That's just what it is.
And I'm saying that we all know people who were raised in a certain environment where they had no choice but to adapt to that environment and do that shady stuff.
I've been broke. I've been broke.
I know.
I've been broke and kicked in doors. If I would have gotten shot by kicking in somebody's doors, death is on the table. Now, who do I know? I kicked this person's door in and they kill me. It is what it is.
Yeah, ain't no crime.
So what hero? I'm not saying Javon, your hero and you. That's fine. That's not across the board, though.
I'm not saying it's across the board. I didn't say that. I never said it. I said certain heroes, it's okay for them.
Fine.
Other heroes, it's not. Morgan has an issue with every hero who doesn't do that.
No, I don't. What I said is the divide. No, what I said is the dividing line for me is at some point you become complicit. That's the way I feel about it. At some point, if you have the power to stop these people, if you don't stop them to a certain point, if you know that the system's going to fail again because you've tried the system 50 million times. When lives start to get lost, at some point, that's on your hands.
How is that? No, it's not on your hands.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
I ain't with you. You ain't gonna tell me. This is the legendary argument, right? Like with Batman. Batman do whatever.
That's where we
all the time, because that's always who we deal with. It's always that. Batman is a clown. Batman is a clown. After a certain point, Batman is a clown. There's no way. So you telling me, since we brought kids and everybody into this, you telling me that Joker come through, rape and kill your family. Batman, you knew Batman been doing whatever for the longest. He come through, rape and kill your family. You gonna be fine with that? With him just letting him out and then he go to jail, he pop out and you see Joker killing another family?
But why would I be mad at Batman? If
you don't feel like Batman should have
Let me answer your question.
Let me finish. You don't feel like Batman should have done nothing when he should have done something as far as taking this person out when he's always the first one on the scene with this particular villain?
Can I answer?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. What I'm saying is, why would I blame Batman? If like, let's say Joker comes in, murders my family, right? Let's use your scenario. Joker comes in, but Batman comes in and saves me from being murdered. And then he stops the Joker, breaks his leg, whatever, sends his behind to jail. If he goes to jail, Batman is number one, saved my life, A, and B, put the Joker where he's supposed to be in jail. Now, if he gets out of jail, why would I blame Batman for that? Especially if I know Batman's going to be the dude to go back and get him and put him back in jail.
So it's fine for Batman to be the first on the scene consistently after a person is being murdered, and he hands them over to people that aren't going to do anything, and then more people die. So then Morgan's people die, right? So you just sit there and it's like, well, that's fine. And then Danny's
I never talked about it's fine. The issue is not Batman in this scenario. The
issue is Batman. The issue is Batman and the justice system.
So Batman is literally not a figure of authority.
The cops are wrong.
He's literally not a figure of authority.
Are the cops wrong?
Yes.
But Batman ain't.
What? It's the cop. No, not the cop. I'm sorry. It's the actual. It's the number one. It's the bill. What do you call it? Arkham Asylum. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna blame Arkham Asylum before I blame anybody else. They the ones where he keeps.
The cops that didn't get the Joker ain't wrong either.
What do you mean the cops that didn't get the Joker?
The cops that can't find him, can't never get up with him before he go kill everybody. They not wrong.
Do you want me to blame everybody along this thread?
Yes, the whole justice system, everybody.
Okay, yeah, but Batman isn't a part of the justice system, though.
That makes it worse. Because
how does it make it worse?
He should take it out.
That definitely makes it worse.
I'm not laughing at you.
You don't abide by their rules. You don't do nothing. But then this person.
And I said Batman has to put himself on a level higher than, not higher, but he has to be better than the police. Because if he's just out there murdering people, he's just the Punisher. And
No.
people.
That goes back to
Because
what Morgan was saying. That goes back to what Morgan was saying. We're not talking about him just murdering people. We're not talking about that.
If he kills the Joker, and he's like, oh, okay, well, might as well take out Two-Face, and then he just starts taking people out. So yes,
no, that's goofy.
Kill people.
That's goofy.
How is that goofy?
That's goofy.
Because you're making it seem like his one decision has to lead to all other decisions.
That's what they always do.
He doesn't have
he's a logical person. Okay, so let's say, all right, bet. I got you. Let's say he kills the Joker. Let's say Batman sees the Joker, snaps his neck. Joker ain't killing nobody. This Two-Face don't kill nobody.
If he does, and Batman decide to off him because of it, oh well, he earned that.
So time out. When I just said, if he kills the Joker and goes, okay, I might as well take out Two-Face too, and then I might as well take out Mr. Freeze too, and let me take out Bane too. You just told me no.
To me, it wouldn't be about the past things. It's about okay. I've said this before. If I'm trying to think of a scenario. That's wartime.
Then it's like, well, old boy got like, a dime bag. I might as well take him out too.
I've heard soldiers talk about this situation when they were deployed to Iraq or Afghanistan. There are always kids around military bases that you know what I'm saying, that need money, need food, whatever, selling things or whatever, right? The military still has to watch them closely. If they see a cell phone in that kid's hand, they're going to give you, I think, 3 warnings at most. After 3 warnings, if you haven't put that phone down, you don't want to live. They're going to shoot, no questions asked. They told you, put the phone down. You didn't listen. They told you, put the phone down. You didn't listen. After the 3rd time they said, put the phone down, whose fault is it? The kids or theirs?
Number one, you're talking about the military. Once again,
so there's a line that's different.
There's absolutely a line. There's always a line. You're talking about people. You're talking about number one, and you're talking about wartime too. So it's a totally different thing.
If you have a city full of people being terrorized by a literal terrorist that has no other purpose than to terrorize this city for his own enjoyment, literally, right?
Right. And if the police
that's not a war to you,
that's not a war to you. Hold on. And the police can't stop him, and then Batman comes in and handles it, and is the one to stop him. And hey, listen, this on y'all, man. Put him through the justice system. Number one, we have to suspend. What'd you say?
What about private military contractors then?
What do you mean?
Because they're not a part of the military and stuff, and they take people out all the time.
Private military contractors?
Mm-hmm.
But don't they end up being deputized? Like, how does that work? I can't speak to that, so I'm not going to sit here and try and speak to that. So if you have information that you would like to provide to me, like
on a basic level, even if they're deputized, they're still not a part of the military, and they can do things that the military cannot do. That's why they hired them.
Right, but they also have limitations to what they can do. They don't have limitations?
They have limitations. They have limitations, but they still do things that the military can't do.
Right, but if they're caught
and deal with certain threats that the military cannot deal with or won't.
But if they exceed their limitations and do things that are illegal, aren't they held accountable for that?
Not always. That's why they're hired.
But they can be, though.
Or it's classified as top secret or something like that, and we'll never know anyway.
Right. But once again, there's still consequences for them overstepping their bounds, and that's what I'm saying. Bruce Wayne is a private citizen who is literally overstepping his bounds to be Batman. He's a vigilante. Like, we can all agree, the man is a vigilante. What he is doing, he has decided to make the choice not to cross this line, because by crossing this line, he is effectively becoming one of the criminals. He's no longer helping the police. He's just murdering somebody. I'm just telling you what his mindset is.
You're telling me, I hear you, and I understand that. But nah.
But that doesn't make him accountable. That doesn't make him accountable for the fact that the justice system.
No, it makes it. That makes him accountable.
Gotham justice system.
That makes him accountable.
Hold on to him.
That makes him accountable.
He's a part of the problem.
He's a part of the problem,
without question.
He's a part of the problem.
Let me put it so if a cop arrests a drug dealer on the block, right?
They do this all the time.
Listen, hold on though. He arrests a drug dealer on the block. That drug dealer goes to jail. Drug dealer gets out, comes back, starts slinging on the block again. Cop arrests him again. He goes back into jail. Comes back out. He comes doing it again. Is the cop accountable for all the people that got hooked on drugs?
Yes. Now listen.
Y'all
listen.
are crazy.
Listen, no, because for instance, the dude out here in Waukesha, he you probably heard about it, but if you didn't, it happened. It was this dude, he ran across a bunch of people over here in Waukesha in Wisconsin, just ran over a bunch of black white folks in the town or whatever. They brought hell on that DA. They said that this person had this, he had these fines, he had tickets for this, he was sold drugs, this and that, and you kept letting him out. They fired that DA and everything. And they said, you are accountable for all the lives on this and all the people.
DA, not the cop. I'm talking about the cop, not the DA. You, once again, I am saying that the justice system, the fictional Gotham City justice system is accountable. They are the ones accountable for not being able to hold on to the Joker. But the cop who did the arrest, and in this analogy, the cop would be Batman. He's how he's
man, but how you gonna wait? No, get going with that. How you gonna Batman is the cop?
I'm using that as an analogy. It's not a
get out of here with that.
I was trying to make the point. How is it? All right, I asked you. Hold on. Time out.
You just said he hit the police.
Didn't Bruce help them build Arkham Asylum?
I just what?
Didn't Bruce help like give money towards Arkham Asylum?
Yes, but he's not.
So he can't be part of the problem.
So he's not. He's not running the jail, bruh. If I give money to the hospital and the hospital get caught up on charges for doing something they ain't supposed to do, I'm accountable.
See, so 1 minute, Batman is above it. Batman ain't this. He over here.
Then the next minute, he can't do nothing about it. I'm making the point that the individual who did the arrest is not accountable for the fact that the justice system can't hold on to him.
We can't use that because you just said
Why
Batman
is it not? I'm talking about the person that brought Joker in. The person that brought Joker in. If
we're not talking, but you said Batman ain't the police, so you can't. So Batman is different. He off doing his own thing. He don't have to abide by those laws. So cool. The cop ain't accountable. I'm fine with that. The cop ain't accountable. We ain't talking about the cop. We talking about Batman.
We talking about Batman.
So the cop is not accountable, but Batman is accountable.
You
just reversed it.
I'm not reversing anything. Right? It's an analogy. An analogy is not always
according to your logic. You just said that Batman ain't nothing like the police. So why you gonna use an analogy?
That's not what I said. I said he has to be better than the
Batman ain't on the same level as a cop.
Stop. I said Batman has to be better than the police because the police have the ability to use lethal force, and that is what Bruce is saying separates him. Is because he is a private citizen. The analogy that I was using is that the cop is arresting somebody from breaking the law. They arrest him, he goes to jail, the guy comes back out, keeps doing it. The cop arrests him again, brings him back, he goes back to jail, he comes back out, he keeps doing it. Now, is the cop the one who needs to be held accountable for all the people that got sold drugs to, anybody that became drug dealers? No, the cop did his job. He performed his function. Batman's function in general, for the most part, is to take care of threats that are bigger than the police can handle, which is why the police can't handle the Joker. They can't handle Mr. Freeze. They can't handle all the other.
And obviously Batman can't either.
Hold on. Clearly he is if he putting him in jail.
And they get back out and they kill a bunch more people.
So
see, this is the thing I got. I'm gonna be straight up with you. This is the problem I got with Javon, because you talking like these are like little bitty dudes doing little bitty things. No, this is people taking out whole blocks.
I agree with you. I'm not talking about them doing little bitty dudes. That's why it's called an analogy. I'm talking about the reason I'm saying that if Batman is saying, look, I'm gonna catch these dudes, y'all hold on to them. If they're not doing their job, why is Batman accountable for what happens after? When they get back out, he still goes back and puts them in jail.
Can I answer why he's accountable? I asked you because you're the comic expert, right?
I'm listening.
All right. Bruce Wayne helped build Arkham Asylum, right?
Bruce Wayne did not help build Arkham Asylum. Bruce Wayne donates his money to Arkham Asylum so that they can. but he did not build Arkham Asylum. That's why it's called Arkham Asylum.
So he donates money towards Arkham Asylum to help keep the criminals in Arkham Asylum, right?
Yes.
And that's not working. That's not working, right?
But it's not working because of Bruce.
You're saying that, but that's not what I asked.
He's not the freaking CEO of Arkham Asylum, dude. Once again,
he got money like that. He need to
Maybe
be
he
there.
should be.
All right, so now y'all going.
He believes he's the savior of Gotham, right? Does he believe he's the savior of Gotham? Does he believe he's the savior?
No.
Batman doesn't believe he's the savior of Gotham.
When did Bruce Wayne say, "I'm the savior of Gotham"?
In his actions,
literally the last Batman movie, he talked about it the whole time.
When did he say, "I'm the savior of Gotham"? Please show me. He's never said, "I'm the savior of Gotham."
We're not gonna play this with this dude. He the richest person in God knows where in Gotham, whatever. He got his hands in everything. But he's not sitting up there. He can't take the time to go convince anybody, go talk to anybody about anything in Arkham to change what's going on if his money is being put into it.
Yeah, we're assuming that the assumption is that he doesn't do it. And I'm saying if I give you all the guns in the world and you don't do your job, it's not my fault that like it's not Bruce Wayne's fault that the security guard that was taking care of
he's giving his money to an organization.
Let me finish.
Yeah, which is a waste of
money.
If
I give you
a waste of money. He's wasting his money.
Okay, so
he's doing it just to make himself look good.
We're making a different argument here. Like,
no, we're not. We talk about handling villains.
If you're a billionaire and you give money, once again, I'm gonna use the same analogy. If I give money to let's say a children's hospital, all right, I'm a billionaire. I gave my money to a children's hospital. I wanted to help people. I wanted to help, make the children safe and healthy.
Oh no! Go ahead though.
What? You want to finish?
Like what you're saying doesn't make sense. What?
Doesn't make sense.
No. Let me stop.
Donate money.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Do people not do this? I'm pretty sure people do it every day.
But what you're saying doesn't make sense because Bruce knows the behind the scenes because he's Batman.
And he's doing all right, guys. Once again, he's not omnipotent. He's not omnipresent.
What? He's putting them in there. He's giving them to the cops to put them in there. That's like me. Right. It's like look, listen. That's like me. So I'll even use the whole. So I'm a billionaire. There's an asylum, a bunch of crazy people. I want to help my city. I give them money, right?
Okay.
So I give them money, and I'm like, wait, they keep getting out. What's going on? Well, but they keep getting out, and I keep giving money, right? So this is what Bruce do. He keeps giving money. He helps fund it, right? Here and there, he donates to it, right?
Okay.
So I'm doing this, and I'm doing this. At a certain point, when they're not doing anything, I'm going to take my money away.
Okay, so let's say he takes his money back. Then does that not make him accountable anymore?
Here's the thing, though. Bruce is giving the money. He's giving the money, but he's also putting on a suit, putting the people in that asylum. So when they get out, he's giving them the money, but then he's putting them back in for giving them money. It's like the whole time, dude, you know what they're doing. You know that this money, the money that you're giving isn't doing what it should. And then you go out and get the people and put them back. That doesn't make sense.
So it doesn't make sense. Okay, I'm trying to follow you here. He's giving them money to upgrade the facility, whatever. Mind you, we're all putting a lot of real world stuff on stuff that.
No, we're not. We're putting what's in the books.
What's in the book? Okay.
So the conversation we've had before concerning this.
Well, listen, in real life, like the Joker would never get out of the jail. He would never get out of jail. Never. He'd be buried in the jail. He would have got the damn death penalty friggin' years ago. We're not having this conversation. The law would have took him out a long time ago.
Amen.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Exactly. That we're trying to put like real world stuff on.
No, I'm just trying to make it make sense. It don't make sense.
Number one, it's called suspension of disbelief because if you start killing all the characters, then
what am I talking to you for if I got to go by suspension of disbelief all the time? Because I can't believe that a person is funding an organization that he know is crap that's going to let people get out and die, and he's supposed to be protecting people. He's the knight of Gotham. I'm not even going to say savior. I'm not even going to say savior. He's the dark knight of Gotham. He looks over Gotham, but you putting people in the space and they getting out, and you giving it money so you look good on your Bruce side. You look good.
But the whole point of, if you read half these books, go look through half the Batman books. The reason why they get out is not because the technology doesn't work.
I'm not talking about technology, man.
Let me finish. It's not because the technology don't work. It's always, one of the guards got, blackmailed.
Then what happens?
Something, and then they let them get out. And usually that guard gets killed. Usually that guard gets killed by the Joker or whoever it is. Like, it's usually a human flaw that allows for them to get out, which no amount of money is going to fix, because humans are humans. They're going to keep doing dumb crap over and over again. Mind you, we're not talking about regular ass, Pookie, who's got caught with a dime bag that's able to get in and out of the jail. We're talking about the Joker, who's pretty much a genius. You're talking about Mr. Freeze, who can literally freeze stuff. I almost cursed. We're not talking about run-of-the-mill, characters here. All right? Now, from a meta point of view, yes, they're going to keep getting out because we like reading stories about Batman versus Joker. We like reading stories about Mr. Freeze versus such and such. I mean, that's you then. Sorry, my son just yelled at me. Hold on.
I'll be standing where I belong.
Who, me?
Between you and the people
of
Gotham.
Me.
Then he gonna fund an organization. They gonna get out.
What happened?
This statement seems to be leaning towards what I was saying in the beginning about Bruce feeling like he's the savior of Gotham.
Come on, man. That is a big leap.
I'll be standing where I belong.
Where I belong, between you and the He's just saying, I'm going to be there to try and stop you. That's all he's saying.
I don't have a problem. My thing is, for me, I don't have a problem. But I don't. This is why I have an issue with a lot of comic stories, especially when it comes to American comics. Because this is why, like, Berserk is always my favorite, always, because dealing with Guts is in a situation in an immoral world where it's like I can just, like the zombie stuff, it's like I can just lop this person's head off, and I could do this and just kill this person, but I'm not. Also, it's a thing where it's like, in Japanese culture, for me, and I could be missing something, it's a thing where it's like, no, this villain or this person has done things that they're not coming back from. So I need to be the person to take them out. This main character needs to be the person to take them out because they are the one that's in that person's direct path. So I need to take this person out, or they're going to continue to hurt people. Even in the most goofy anime cartoons, it goes down that way. Japanese don't feel that way. And it's just, we can make somebody worse. We can do something else.
Dragon Ball Z is definitely that.
I'm not saying that there aren't heroes, like there are heroes that
Goku wants to kill people. He doesn't.
No, and that's what I like. And that's what I liked about Dragon Ball, Morgan. That was the thing, but until it just got goofy. But that was something I always understood. Where it's like, okay, it actually was always goofy. It's just I grew up. But it was a thing where for Goku, it was like, no, I'm asking you to leave. I'm asking you to leave. Go, leave. Okay, you done killed my friend in front of me. What do you want me to do? You're not leaving. I can't go anywhere because you're going to follow me. And this is real life. With people like the Joker and stuff. That's real life. And I'm fine with Batman. That's fine if you want to say that hero, but it's still BS because you keep letting people die. I can't go, no matter how you explain it. You can explain it 100 different ways, but it's like
not true though. He's not letting people die. You are.
It is true. So if Goku would have let Frieza came back on his own volition.
Goku, I don't even know what they are. Like they're just flying around. Like there's the moral compass.
It's the same story. Some bad person killing people.
You don't think Goku has a moral compass?
I said the moral compass of Dragon Ball Z is different.
Exactly, as it should be.
So to me, Bruce, to me, again, that's what I'm saying. To me, there's a hint, not even a hint. There's narcissism involved with Bruce Wayne and his place and how he sees himself in Gotham and how he operates. There's a definite narcissism to it. I want to read what Satari said, but I'm going to get the point out first. I'll put it on screen though. There's a narcissism to Bruce and his operation in Batman that to me makes him complicit. Again, one of the bigger reasons is because if you're going to get there's a good example in the real world, and I understand you're going to say a suspension of belief thing, but we also know one of the reasons that we read this comic is because there's a certain level of suspension of belief and there's a certain level of realism to it, and the ones that are in the comics, from what I understand, that really get to people the most concerned in Batman are the ones that seem like they're really more gritty and more real. That's the advantage that Batman's always had. God knows that's the advantage he had in the movies. The Dark Knight trilogy was what it was because of the grit that it brought to the screen, and that's what everybody loved. We love this new Batman because it brought a grit to it, right? But to me, the reason that Batman is complicit is if, like in the real world, when the Red Cross, Catholic Church, you can use countless examples. If you're giving money to an organization, you don't know anything about the bad things that are going on in that organization. But now somebody makes you aware of the bad things that are going on with that organization. You continue to give money to said organization to help clean it up, but it's not changing. And you know that it's not changing because of the results that you're seeing out of said organization that you continue to give money to. At some point, you're complicit if you continue to give money to that organization, though you know it's a failing organization. There's no way you cannot be complicit. If otherwise, you would stop giving your money to this organization, or you're going to withdraw yourself from that situation altogether because obviously it's failing and your money isn't good there to be used for that purpose. At some point, you become complicit if you're going to continue to give money to a failing organization when you have a literal paid stake in said organization and it continues to fail.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that point. Being complicit for giving money to the organization. And now I'll give you that one. I'm willing to give you that one. Like that makes sense. Like if you're giving money, if you keep funneling money in, I'm willing to change my stance on that. I'm not changing my stance on if I bring the Joker to you and you can't hold him, that ain't on me that you can't hold him. That's on you that you can't hold him.
It's not on him solely. I've never said it's solely.
No. But you said that. What I'm saying is, hold on. No, he's not complete.
Yes, he is.
That's why I use the cop analogy. But
he's not a cop. We've already said he's not a cop.
Damn it, dude! I know he's not an actual cop.
So you can't use the analogy. The analogies doesn't
yes,
make
you can. It doesn't mean
that.
Y'all don't know what an analogy means. Do you know what an analogy means? If I used an analogy about a strawberry or something inanimate object, are you going to be like, well, he's not a strawberry? No,
you say it was a bad analogy.
It's meant to listen.
You would say it's a bad analogy.
It's meant to make a point. The point being that the person at the person at the bottom of the totem pole who did the original arrest is not responsible for what happens at the end of the point where it brings the criminal back to where they started. But Batman he is not responsible. What'd you say?
Batman doesn't fit that at all in any way.
So Batman isn't the guy at the bottom of the pole?
No, he's the bottom of the totem pole and he's working outside the pole all together. Okay. How is he at the bottom?
How is he the bottom of the totem pole?
He's the richest man in Gotham City. Okay, fine.
Forget totem pole. The beginning of the process. Does that help? Does that make you feel
He has his hand in all the processes, though.
He doesn't? Okay.
No, he doesn't?
You don't?
Batman's not involved in every part of Gotham City?
The point being, I said this before, every time that the criminals get out, it's some sort of human error at the far end of the process, being the end of the process when they're actually in jail. If you go back, since we want to talk about damn, this shit's hurting my eye. Sorry.
All that splaining you doing.
What?
For Batman, it's all that splaining for Batman you doing.
No, it at the end of the process, the end of the process meaning jail. So Batman has stopped the Joker. And okay, I give you like Daredevil, right? Let's use Daredevil. Daredevil stopped the Kingpin. Kingpin got in the Kingpin went to jail. Kingpin got out. Daredevil stopped him again. He went back to jail. You telling me Daredevil's complicit for all the crap that Kingpin did the first time he got out of jail?
I don't think Daredevil and Batman are on the same.
No, you just told me before we started talking about money going in the Arkham Asylum and all that. You said Batman is complicit because he didn't snap the Joker's neck.
I'll answer it. I think Daredevil is full of crap because after a while, I'm sorry. I don't care about no storytelling. I don't care about none of that. After a while, if somebody's doing the stuff that they doing, they need to go.
Yeah, but what if I just don't want to kill somebody?
Then go on somewhere else.
Then you should go away.
So I should not help because I don't want to kill somebody.
You tried to help.
You can help, but go deal with somebody go deal with like folks that's dealing drugs and let the other people deal with the.
Yeah. So Batman let the big not help. Hold on.
Exactly. Let the grown man deal with grown man business. Because Batman doing little boy stuff.
The Joker exists in a universe that's got heroes that want to kill him, and they ain't did it.
Batman stops him too.
There are times when Joker deals with villains. Batman is nowhere to be found. Not villains, heroes that want to take him out, and Batman is nowhere to be found.
Okay,
and they still don't kill him.
Why don't they kill him?
Once again,
why don't they kill him?
I don't know. I read all the damn stories. Sometimes he gets away. Sometimes like whatever. Like he still gets arrested.
Okay, but why don't they kill him?
The point being that I'm trying to make is
I'm trying to figure out why they don't kill him.
Huh?
Why don't they kill him?
But that's like the Punisher though. The Punisher, like Wolverine, been trying to kill the Punisher forever because he be out murdering people. He looks at him as a bad guy.
Okay. Why ain't he killed the Punisher?
He's still alive.
Why ain't he killed the Punisher?
Punisher wouldn't even be able to handle Clayface, Mr. Freeze. I mean, that's a whole nother.
That's something else. We're not getting into that. We're not talking about that. But here's my thing. This like I said.
My point being is that you're saying that, hey, Batman, don't help us with the Joker because you ain't willing to snap his neck or break his.
No, I get that. Like I'm hearing what you're saying. I actually do get that. I get that part, and because it's like, no, still don't. If you can do something about it, and he has the ability to do something about it,
right?
Okay. In those instances, do something about it. Do something about it. This is what you chose to do because of what happened to you. You can still stop up to this point. I got you. But my thing is just after a certain point, and you look at and these are even and Batman has these issues where he sits down and he's like,
I agree with this, Centauri.
What am I
right? And every time he has that moment where he sits down and he thinks about it, and I can bring out a book right now. They always talk about, well, if Bruce says, all right, if I take out the Joker, let me just do it. And then it always goes, well, why stop there? And it always goes, why stop there? And then
okay, and that's my thing.
At that point, he I mean, I think to me, it's as simple as Bruce doesn't want to kill somebody. Like Superman. Superman doesn't want to kill somebody. Like he just doesn't.
It's like they're doing the wrong thing then.
But why? If I'm a cop and I don't,
you can't use that with these people.
But I'm just making.
Why you keep going back to the cop after you told us at the start that they not like a cop?
I think you gotta let the cop thing go, bro.
Why? They're doing the same job.
The cops ain't dealing with this mess. The cops ain't dealing with somebody that's gonna take out whole planets and stuff.
Yeah, the FBI and other
cops hold on. The cops in Gotham are dealing with the Joker and they're dealing with Mr. Freeze and they're dealing with all that. My point being is if I'm a cop and I don't want to kill somebody, if I just don't want to kill somebody, if I want to exhaust everything else and I just don't want to be that person to kill somebody, nobody's going to be like, oh, you a little punk bitch. You ain't want to kill nobody. It'd be like, look, I just don't want to kill somebody. There are cops that never want to pull their guns. Are they wrong because they never want to pull their guns? They never want to fire a shot off? Is that mentality so
I'm
wrong?
not answering that because you already said.
I know you don't want to answer because you.
No, because you keep using this goofy analogy after you told us. You told us.
I told you that he doesn't want to be. I said that Batman doesn't want to be judge, jury, and executioner, and he's not a legal servant of the law, so he doesn't have the right to use lethal force, like
Maybe
the legal
servant.
right. What?
Maybe he should do that.
That's a whole different argument, dude. And if you're telling me he should become a legal servant, then you've lost the argument because you're making the point that thought process makes sense for him not to do that.
No, the reason what I keep telling you, number one, is that using the cop analogy for Batman doesn't work, and this is one of the reasons.
Why does the cop analogy not work?
Because he's not a cop. Number one, right? He's not deputized. You said
he doesn't have to be a cop for the analogy to work.
What?
Yes,
police have certain standards. That's what you said earlier.
Laid out the rules for that. You just laid out the rules for that.
I'm not making up. I'm not laying out the rules.
Of the law, right?
It's not a rule. That's the definition of the word analogy.
You said that they have to go by the police and stuff have to go by certain laws and standards, right?
Police have laws and standards, and I made the point before that Batman Bruce Wayne has set up his own standards. He has set up his own standards. And one standard is I'm not going to kill because I'm not an executioner, and it is up to the law to determine that.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay.
Okay, so you with me there.
Yeah.
You with me there.
Yeah,
the only analogy I used for cops was about the beginning of the process.
Okay, listen though. Here's the thing. I'm with you. I watch Batman, we read Batman. I'm with you with all that. I'm with you with everything you're saying. He's still complicit.
Okay, well,
because of his own standards, because of what he set up in place.
The stupidest thing in the world. I respect you, sir, but saying he's complicit because he's making a stand that I don't want to kill. I'm going to make sure that this individual stops whatever he's doing, and I'm going to give him to
But he's not stopping it.
Okay, so then I must have missed that episode of the joke of Batman when the Joker didn't get caught and he murdered everybody in Gotham. So he didn't stop nothing. All right. So I missed that part where Mr. Freeze.
This is why. Now I'm gonna say this, see, because you have bias with it, and that's your thing.
I have no bias. No. I'm not even a big Batman fan. I like Nightwing.
But that's what you. But that's what you believe, even with your writing, right?
What?
But everything you're saying is what you believe, even with your writing, right?
I personally, it depends. It depends on the character I'm writing. It depends on the character I'm writing.
Let me answer this for Jatovi real quick. Is death justice? In some situations, absolutely it is.
Yes,
it's situation by situation.
Is it your right to
situation basis?
I'm out.
Yes.
We're not talking about. Listen, you keep using the situation where somebody comes in your house and then
I can use another one too.
I can use multiple.
Stop. You're talking about a situation like Batman is going out and seeking like individuals to stop them.
Is that his business to do that?
That just said, oh my God, I just called him a vigilante like 5 times, dude.
But
that's my point. That is my point.
It ain't his business.
So
you understand that's a part of our point too?
What's the
point?
You
understand that's a part of our point too?
What?
We said a few minutes ago.
But is it Void Beast's business? Is it Lumberjack's business? Is it Heat's business? It's not. The whole point is these are people with special skills that are using the opportunity to use those skills.
Toby, are you serious?
Of the law.
How is death justice? There's no way you're serious with that.
I'm gonna say this. This is why
I'm not.
This is why
there's no way you're serious.
I'm not. For me, even in my writing style, death is justice. I'm sorry. I'm not playing that. I will not say across the board that death is always
the justified answer. What I will say is that the truth of the matter is it is a situational basis. You can't say across the board death is justice. Like everything, all things don't equal death, right? So like if somebody stole a candy bar and they got killed because they stole a candy bar, I'm not saying, yeah, that should have happened. I'm not saying that. What I will say, again, this is why it's situational. If somebody broke into your house with the intention of stealing the candy bar and got killed in the process, it is what it is. I'll go one further. If they were stealing it from a grocery store and the security guard saw them and told them to stop for the candy bar and ended up shooting them, should they have? No. But did they put them in a situation? Did they put themselves in a situation to be killed? I can't say they didn't.
Once again,
they knew it was
not
that.
But that's not the grocer or the homeowner going out and searching.
I was only talking about this. I was only talking about.
Okay.
Question.
That's what I'm saying.
Concerning Batman, I've explained why Batman's complicit. The biggest reason he's complicit is because and I said this before, and I'm glad you heard me tonight because I said the same thing before.
No, I told you. I can agree with the money part. Like if like the money part, the complicitness there makes sense. Like I can't argue that.
That's why I'm giving you credit because the last time we had this conversation, I made the same or similar point that the biggest reason he's complicit is because he's in the middle of this system and his money specifically is in the middle of this system. So if you know this system is failing and you could improve that system, but instead of it, if you're going to continue to give your money into a failing system that's going to end up costing somebody else's life, and you continue to give money into it, you are complicit at that point. Because you should either pull your money out. You have choices at that point. It's like as a political officer. When Obama was in office, I had this debate online. When Obama was in office, Flint, Michigan happened, right? Obama hears about it. He can't go to that city and make them change laws or change things. He could put pressure on them. Where Obama effed up was when he went to Flint, Michigan and took and got up in front of that podium after all these black people specifically had been waiting for him to come. And he got up in front of them and took that sip of water that came from Flint, Michigan's fountains. And when he took that sip of water and played all their face like they're supposed to do it and everything's okay, when he knew for sure, for absolute fact that it was not, you are complicit at that point. You are complicit at that point because you've injected yourself into this situation as the president of the United States, knowing it's not fixed, and tried to convince them that they should just go along with the broken system that's in place. You are complicit at that point. That's different.
Fair enough, the comparison there, but there also is the point of if we also have to understand that Gotham as an entity, story-wise, has always been broken, right? We can all agree on that, right?
I agree with this here too.
Okay, yeah, but Gotham has always been broken and corrupt. Like in every book, every comic is in Gotham is broken and corrupt.
I agree.
So Bruce, number one, is thinking like a rich white guy in the sense that he can throw money at it and that throwing money at it will fix it, right? Like we can all agree on that because rich white guys do that all the time. They throw money at things, hoping that can happen. Now, within actual books, and once again, I can pull some books out, he does try to make things better within Arkham, within, the justice system, within da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But for the stories to take place, the writers always insert human error within the story, which allows the Joker to escape, which allows Mr. Freeze to get out, Two-Face, whatever. So, yes, there's a level of complicitness in that he's giving money to institutions that are generally crooked and broken. But my point being, I wouldn't say he's complicit because he's giving. It's like if I give you the tools, I can give you the tools to be a great artist. I could teach you, but if you just decide that you don't want to practice or it don't matter what pencils, what computers, whatever, you ain't going to be a good artist because either the guards are crooked or the people in charge are crooked or whatever. So that's I look at it that way. Bruce is like, here are the tools, here's the money to do it, and the people behind the scenes are like, I'm gonna take this bribe, or I'm gonna do this, or or the Joker's got my family held hostage. His men got my family held hostage, so I got to do something about it. So. And then you get to the point where it's like, okay, if you're Bruce, do you withdraw your money and then you're leaving that institution in a worse state, or do you just keep trying?
okay. So in this scenario that you just gave, when you said the piece that you said
That
about
is my point, Nia. That's my point.
We've been saying that though.
but we
Like
know that
everything Nia
already.
said, we've been saying.
Right, but that's my point. But that's
you're
why
right.
I don't put the complicitness on Brute. But that's also why I
No,
explained what I just
complicit means
explained
he
right there.
played a part, not everything on
Yeah,
it.
it doesn't mean everything's his fault.
him.
I
wouldn't-
never said everything's his
Well,
fault.
no, we
but
never
he
said
is
it was
part
all.
of
No. But that I'm saying that I don't think he's complicit at the level that you guys seem
He
to
is,
think
though.
he is.
But he's
He is.
complicit at some level, though. You would concede that.
But but my thing is, it becomes a matter of it's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Well,
If
that's
he
a fact.
Okay, but wait.
am I wrong? Can we agree on this?
Yes, but let me go back to the analogy that you just gave about if you wanted to give into the life of an artist to make them a good artist, and you were giving them money and resources to do that, right?
Right.
You told them all the things that they could do to be able to do that and stuff for them to be a successful artist. This specific artist is wasting that talent, right? He's wasting that talent. He seems that he doesn't want that. What would you do in that? What would be your next step if that happened? Would you stop helping other artists? Like would you go to find other artists to try to invest in to try to stop the same problem?
The analogy works
Or would
better
you
if
just
that
rest with
individual
that one person?
It's like that analogy works better if it's like your son or if it's your kid. Because if Bruce has a level of ownership, he feels it. What's the word I'm looking for? I can't. But there's an attachment to Gotham. Because if it wasn't an attachment to Gotham, he probably would just bounce. You know what I mean? Like, but because there is a attachment based off
his family is all in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
So that's why the analogy works if it's like your son. Because if it's just some regular old person, then the analogy doesn't work. But if it's your son and you're dedicating resources into your son who says he wants to be an artist and he's not doing anything with it, and he's actually not funneling, he's using the money for other things. I mean, there are parents that are like, F out of here. Yes, but then there are parents that are like, but that's my son. So I'm going to keep trying to help him.
Well, okay. So what I'm asking is, given that situation, you've tried to invest that in your son, and your son is shown to this point that they don't want to, that they're not going to go along with it, that they don't want to accept it, that they're not built for it, whatever. What I was asking is, what is your response in that situation? Does your money now die? And does your money now die with your son not living up to that challenge, or do you find somebody else to invest in that showed you that there's a possibility that they might be the hope for that money and what the things that you wanted to have done for your son? So the way that I say that is because if that's the situation that I'm investing in my daughter, if I pay for my daughter's college, right? I have the money to pay for my daughter's college and set up her life to do the things that she said she wanted to do, and she fails at doing that, right? She doesn't do it. Does that mean like my next step, I'll say what my next step will be. If I'm trying to invest in my daughter like that and she doesn't want it, then I would create a scholarship in my daughter's name for other children to have the same opportunity and invest in them. Because if I invest in them, maybe they'll fulfill that. Maybe they'll fulfill this. Maybe they'll become the thing that I wanted it to be. So if we take this to Arkham Asylum and what Batman's doing, if you know Arkham isn't working, at some point you should be pulling your money out of Arkham Asylum to build your own and have a more hands-on approach to being able to build that. If that fails too, then maybe the problem's you. But
that's also assuming that
you have to assess this.
But that's also assuming that, like, when it comes to Arkham, we're the high profile guys generally get up, right? Like the big super villains. But we, even in Arkham, you always have the artist showing that there are other people that are still in there, that still stay in there. So it becomes a matter of what's good for the whole, what's good for the whole, right? So, like, once again, like, sure, he could pull his money and build his own thing, but even if he built his own thing, human corruption is going to follow.
Here's the thing: I don't believe in none of that mess. Everything
you don't believe in human corruption?
I believe when it comes to top stuff. Here's why I believe in benevolent dictatorships. Like I'm not gonna play this stuff. If you know what's going on, I'm changing everything, and I'm putting these people, like you said, I'm gonna build my organization. this is what's happening. For me, no matter how you explain it, you could explain it 100 different ways. Up from Sunday, Bruce is full of crap, and he needs to do something. If he's going to interject himself, you need to do. And even Superman, at a certain point, after certain people dying, you need to do something about it. This is why what I was talking about earlier. I go to manga because a lot of them is like, yo, I want to do what's right. I want to do with my friends. I want to this and that. But this person ain't going to leave me alone. He ain't going to leave my friends. The villain is telling you, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. I'm going to come after you. I'm going to do this. Some of them get redeemed, and that's fine. But some of them just don't. And they get dealt with. And 9 times out of 10 in manga, they get dealt with. We don't have this conversation like that in manga. They get dealt with.
But that's one of the big differences between manga and American comics. American comics are about franchises. They're about properties. That So I'm arguing. That's why I said suspension of disbelief, because in reality, like if you start putting manga or reality based like logic behind this,
I can't use manga.
Well, what I'm saying is that if you treat it like manga, the Joker's probably dead hundreds of books ago, and we never see him again.
And with that, I'm out then, because I'm gonna eat and I'm done. I'll holler at y'all later. Thank you for having me. I've had fun with y'all and all that stuff. Was fun. And I'll come back and talk all the craziness with you again. But it is what it is. With that, I'm out.
Yeah. Let me go too, man. But this is cool, man.
But for real, I thank you for having me, and I had fun talking to you and stuff.
All day,
man. I told you, man. I'm used to this, man. Like
it's what we do.
I keep telling people this was like at no point was I angry during.
No, not at all. We just it's actually what black folks do. That's what we do, even at home with our family members. But it is what it is, though.
Hold on, somebody said manga has its errors too.
Oh yeah, it does. We know it does.
There's no right and it's not gonna have error. All this conversation started from is like me and Javon are in that way. I don't think we're completely diametrically opposed, because I'm not like I don't believe in just kill any villain everywhere for anything. I don't believe in that. Like I'm not a Punisher type, but I understand where Punisher's coming from, because to me
I can understand
the weakness of a lot of superheroes or heroes period is that they have a line that they won't cross, and those villains are going to push them right to that line, and now you're almost powerless. And while you're powerless, there are people that you're standing in front of saying you're going to protect that now are defenseless because you're powerless based on that line.
But that's where the good writer has the hero be cleverer than the villain. So even though, yes, the hero is pushed to that line, but they're able to think their way around it and defeat the villain. Like, I don't disagree. Like, I understand conceptually, like Punisher, like, hey, listen, you can't watch like action movies and not understand it. Like Bruce Willis be murking people left and right. Like, it is what it is.
It'd be like
I just personally,
John Wick too.
Right. I just personally, if I'm going to create a superhero, like it depends, because I have a superhero that is a little more, willing to cross that line than others that I'm about to put out at some point. But I'm just talking, if you want to talk about Batman, I'm just talking about Batman.
No, I know.
If you want to talk about the Punisher, we could talk about the Punisher. But like, or Superman or Spider-Man or whatever, there's just there's conceptually generally two different types of heroes. There's the heroes that kind of uphold
that line,
life to a higher level and don't want to cross that line. And then there are heroes that are like, hey, if I got to do what I got to do. I don't generally find myself drawn to the there are some good Punisher stories, and I'm reading the Immortal Hulk right now, and he's on, he dances back and forth on that line, and even Venom. Like I've been reading Venom, and Venom is that too. And sometimes, I like it, but like after a while, to me, it's the easy way out. Like a writer killing a villain is the easy way out, and then you don't have this great villain anymore that you can use again.
I agree with that 100%. Like Jats, if I believed in killing all villains all the time, then Jats wouldn't have villains right now.
Right.
He hasn't killed. Well, in the comics, he's not killed any of his villains. Now there are lay people. There are lay people that were following some of these villains that got it. You know what I'm saying? But to me, again, Jats is a line in the sand drawer. He is going to tell you before this fight starts, you have fair shot to leave this fight alone because you need to understand that I'm not playing with you. So he's gonna make it known. It needs to be known throughout New Orleans or wherever I run up on you at. You need to understand if you think there's a line I won't cross, you're wrong. Right? I'm not looking to cross the line. Not at all. I don't even want to kill you. I want you to stop hurting people. And if you decide that you're going to continue to hurt people while I'm standing here, I'm going to stop you from doing that. If it takes me killing you, fine. If it takes me knocking you out, fine. If it takes me taking you to the cops, fine. I'm going to try to find a way to do this as peacefully as possible. But you need to understand that if you turn up, I'm turning up. Like that. That's what.
But that's why that's what's different than mine. Like I initially wrote within the character, like he ends up being responsible for the accidental death of a civilian. And it literally traumatizes him to the point where I don't want anybody to die because it's the first thing that comes to his mind. So he's going to do whatever he can to do that. And it just depends on what you want with your character. You know, like, and that's what it is for Batman. Batman is traumatized by, he's literally a suffering from PTSD from his parents' dying.
Yeah.
And Superman, to a degree, well, Superman's is a little different. Superman doesn't want the world to fear him. And if he starts going around murking people, then
there's a whole different
then it becomes, you know, he becomes less of a
beacon of hope.
Right. And more of a death from above. But it just depends on, you know, what it is. Like I said, I'm not generally drawn to those type of heroes. I can enjoy it if it's well written, but like my stuff is filled with Green Lantern, Flash, you know, guys on that type of level.
See, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so I want to make sure it's clear. Batman has been my favorite comic character or animated series character since I was little. I'm not saying these things based out of me hating Batman.
I get it. I'm just talking.
I don't like
all I'm talking about with you is logic. All I'm talking about is the logic involved.
I understand the logic, but that's why I made the point about why he's complicit. I'm not saying that he is the soul, the buck stops with Batman. I am saying though, where you said something earlier that I agree with you is we disagree on what percentage of complicit he is. That's where the disagreement is.
That's fair, and mine is very low. Like,
yeah, so and mine is 2%. I don't know if I could give a percentage to it, but again, to me, the thing that makes him most complicit is that you're a part of you're a huge cog in the wheel of Gotham City and how it works, its politics and everything else. That in itself, as well as the money that you're giving to these institutions in Gotham City specifically, are failing, and you're still giving money to them.
But that's what I'm saying. But Gotham has always had baked in that it was corrupt and broken, and he's trying to do what he can, to fix that. And that's why I'm saying it's more of a damned if you do, damned if you don't. If Bruce Wayne walked away and said, "Screw Gotham,"
that would be a dope story. I'll read it in a second.
I think he did.
That would be awesome. I'd read that.
I think he did.
Because in Danny's story with Ace Blade, I've seen a lot of different comics have their heroes struggle with this, that you're giving everything you can to this city for people that aren't even grateful for it. And then you question yourself as to why am I doing this in the first place? But then you find the strength to continue to fight for them, even though they don't know they need it. It's similar like in football, you know what I'm saying, before they came up with a concussion protocol. Thank God they did. You know what I'm saying? Because as a football player, there are things right now that I do as a grown-up still based on the football mentality. That is, you better rub some dirt on it and get up. Even though, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't make sense. And as a grown-up, you know what I'm saying, as a grown-up, you need to make different decisions. You know what I'm saying, than that. And that's a huge deal to me But I still seriously think like there are situations that happen that I'm still like, man, you better shake that crap off. You better stop being a hoe. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting that from football
I
mentality.
do that with my son all the time.
I'm one of my biggest gripes.
To a degree.
One of my biggest gripes, period, on earth is seeing kids that are too freaking. What's the word I need?
I know.
Yeah, I can't stand that crap, male or female. Thank God my daughter's not like that because it would drive me nuts. I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. I don't even like when kids, you know what I'm saying, you bleeding. If look, let me tell you something. There are lines, okay? Like if something's not broken right now, you better cut it out. Stop it. If something better be broken, I better see bone or something. Like, cut it out, bro. Like you tougher than that. Stop. You know what I'm saying? That's just me as a father, though. But regardless, this will always be a good conversation. But one, because people have it online all the time. Like literally, we need to do a whole big panel of this actually one night.
I would love to bring in somebody who's actually written Batman.
That would be amazing.
I would love to do.
I would leave, you know what? I would leave that reaching out to you, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Because
what'd you say?
I said I would leave that reaching out to you, honestly, because you.
I'm trying to think who I could talk to. Jamal Igle would be great.
I'm just saying we should literally do a panel on that and just
put me on call. No.
I'm just saying I think that would be a dope panel to do because it's such a good conversation to be had there, period, as a whole. You know what I'm saying? So we got to decide what we're doing next week too. Also, the poll is up for those of y'all that have been watching the whole time.
I got nothing.
The poll is up on Facebook.
What did we do? We did
earlier,
2 movies in a row, and then we did 2 music in a row.
Yeah, somebody gave me a good one, man. I think it was top 5.
We did fast food.
It wasn't heroes. Top 5 action heroes.
Oh no, yeah, that was the one we were gonna do, and then we switched it.
Yeah, top 5.
We should do top 5. Like characters
or action stars, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
No, we gotta do characters in the movies.
Okay.
Because I mean, there's only like 5.
Number 1 now. Y'all already know what y'all know what my number 1 is. I mean,
who?
We don't need. You know, action stars. Come on now, Javon. Now you know me for a while, huh? Javon, action movie, guns and stuff.
Oh, John Wick. Oh,
yes. Are you serious?
Oh, that ain't my number 1. All right, let's do that. We'll talk to Danny. We'll
figure that out. Man. I'm on that. All right, you already know. Anyway,
you should say if it happened last week, it's the greatest.
Don't do that. That's a lie. That's false.
Last week,
that's false, bro.
Best for you.
That's false, bro. I didn't put it at number 1,
bro. I promise you.
I put it at number 5 over quarantine.
Listen to me.
Don't act like quarantine just automatically number 5, bro. Stop it,
bro. I promise you, if you go through every one of your lists, ain't
bad.
We could do that too. I gotta go. It's late, and I gotta head.
I'm getting ready to go watch Top Gun.
Take care, everybody.
Yeah, I love y'all. I appreciate you. Make sure y'all go vote in the group. If you aren't already in the Facebook, the Top 5 Live Nation on Facebook, go join that joint right now. Go on Facebook, type in Top 5 Live Nation, and join the group so you can always vote on our polls. We do the polls every week, and we see who won out in the poll every week. If you haven't already subscribed, go to type in Fourth Wall Comments on YouTube right now. We got a whole playlist of all the live shows. We got a bunch of dope shows. This is episode 55. So go back, watch those shows. I promise you'll enjoy them. You're going to laugh. You'll get mad. You'll debate. Y'all will DM us because we definitely have people DM us all the time, either with ideas for new topics that we should do or still disagreeing about something we said weeks ago. So, and we appreciate that, man. We appreciate the love. Help us grow. Like I said, go on YouTube, Fourth Wall Comics on YouTube, and go and subscribe right now. That way you never miss an episode. You always get a reminder. Hit the bell on there so they remind you. And our subscriptions are growing, you know what I'm saying, to Fourth Wall Comics, and that's a blessing to us. And it helps us bring you more content. So, and we're definitely trying to I want to get to the point where I have a producer do all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like put y'all's comments up, interject things, do little live graphics and stuff like that. That'd be fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely looking forward to those days. So we appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for the growth. Thank y'all for continuing to rock with us. And we'll be back next week. Again, go join the group Top 5 Live Nation on Facebook and make sure, matter of fact, let me put that scrolling joint. Subscribe to Fourth Wall Comments right here. Subscribe to Fourth Wall Comments on YouTube. Full playlist is up there. This episode will be up there. I think it'll let me do it in like 10 minutes. So this episode will be up there for anybody that missed it. And we're trying to encourage people to go to make sure they're watching on YouTube too. Because we can see your comments, but two, if you go to YouTube, it gives you more incentive to go ahead and subscribe. You might as well subscribe. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Danny posts a lot of his TikTok videos up there. Me and him have not been able to get together in a while because my son's been in and out of the hospital to do more videos, but I'm definitely looking forward to us being able to do those, making sure we do a video of the escape room. I'm very excited to go see that escape room, man. My bro and my sis worked hard on that. I can't wait to go see it. For anybody that's in North Carolina, y'all should definitely book that joint to go go into the escape room at the studio, Fourth Wall Studio in Burlington, North Carolina. Hit us up if you need information on how to get there. We got you. It's 1412 North Church Street, I believe, in Burlington. Or just type in Fourth Wall Comics online and it should show you the studio. Make sure you book an appointment for the escape room. They worked hard on it. It looks great. And I can't wait to go to it myself. It's just, like I said, I just been in and out of the hospital, little man. So I haven't been able to get up there, but I'm looking forward to being able to get up there, see it, go through it, and add to it too, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we could do an escape room with, all of the characters in there. Right now we got to set up for Ace Blade. And I'm really excited about it. So thank y'all for listening again, man. Go join Top 5 Live Nation. Go subscribe right now. Go subscribe. And drop us ideas for topics that y'all want us to do. I'm trying to make sure we always pick by Friday so we have time to research and also get everybody else their list too. So we love y'all. See y'all next week.